Has it appeared yet? Descend the... Come on, why isn't it popping out? Okay, there we go. Mute all this, gotta share the links. Waiting for people to show. I had to charge this also, great. I don't even know the lyrics for that one. Haven't looked. Submit. File save. Going to Twitter. Live now. I'm gonna go to the community tab. Right. I haven't. Hope it lets me, because I'm using a different account, but yeah, right, it'll let me do it. Danny Boy, yo, and Silver Matovale, sup? Yeah, I'm just waiting for people. I shared my links, my lovely lady links. No, my lovely lady humps. Check it out. I don't know if anyone knows that song anymore. So I got Fist of North Star Volume 3 today, alongside Lupin. I haven't got a chance to read these today. All I did was skim through the color pages for Fist of... Actually, is there any color pages in the Lupin book? No, there isn't. There's no color pages in Lupin. Actually, there doesn't seem to be any bonus features either. I was kind of hoping there would be some behind-the-scenes stuff. So far, only Volume 1 has, for Fist of North Star, has the bonus feature, like a little author's note. Yeah, I don't know why they don't have more. I mean, I would like to have a new interview with Tetsuo Hara and Buronson about these series. Let me lower this a little bit. Yeah. Let me put it there. There we go. That reminds me is the 7C survey where you can vote for series you want. Oh, it's still doing there. Yeah, I forgot about that stuff, Danny Boy. Because I always constantly put Kongo Bancho, Kiniko Man, what was the other one? Kongo Bancho, Kiniko Man, Sakigake Tokojuku, but I don't know. I think at that point, I even had put I put Violence Jack a couple of times, Devilman Lady, and 7Z's. I guess I don't do anything unless it's an anniversary project, because they did Captain Harlock, they did Battleship Yamato, they did Kitty Honey, but no Mazinger. We got Devilman G, Devilman vs. Hades, but where's Mazinger Z? Where's Great Mazinger? Violence Jack. What's another one that I'm forgetting from Going to Guy Essentials? Something like Susano O, Shuten Doji, something, Mazinga. Yeah, Kenny Lardero. Yeah, that's the... part of me says it like that because of the commercials of the Shogun Warriors. They would say, like, Great Mazinga. And they don't say Mazinger. Is it like Mazinga or Mazinga? Like Godzilla. I don't know if they said Gaiking or... They said something for Get a Robo. I don't remember, but I do recall Mazinger and Mazinga. Just as Mazinga Z. Yeah. Let's see. I put Get a Robo low. Anybody? Yeah. Because we only got Get a Robo De-Evolution. I still haven't bought all that. I haven't read the rest. I only read the first 2 volumes. But yeah, we need more Get a Robo. We need some Maju Sensen up in America. Because we got the 2000 series, but we don't have the OVAs. for Demon Beast Battlefront, I think, or Battle Beast. That I don't know, because I know at one point it was called like Phalanx Beast Fighter. I don't even remember the names anymore. Beast Fighter the Apocalypse. All I know is that Godzilla. Hold up. All I know is that Godzilla commercial with the Honey Nut Cheerios is the best thing. I never heard of that one. I'm gonna have to look this up right now. Honey Nut Cheerios. Godzilla with some honey nuts. Oh baby. Because the only weird Godzilla commercials that come to mind is the basketball one and the Shogun Warriors commercial where Godzilla can do a rocket punch. Because that is amazing. Godzilla. Hold on, let me look at this honey nut Cheerios. All right, I'm looking at the video right now. You might get the audio. All right, I'm looking at the video right now. You might get the audio. Oh, I'm hearing myself. Let me mute my live stream. There we go.
Maybe I can help. What can you do? Tempt his tummy. Tempt your tummy with the taste of nuts and honey. Honey Nut Cheerios combines golden honey with crunchy nuts. Part of this complete breakfast.
That's a lot of nuts.
The bigger they are, the harder they fall.
Just like a simple edit, but like, it's funny enough. Yeah. I don't know if anyone got the Kung Pao joke that I just did. All right, let me go back to the stream. Look at the questions. All right, let me see. Reminds me of Seven Seas at Pugarobo. Also, there's an interview with Boronson on Volume 11 of the Ultimate Edition. It's about his trips to Cambodia. Is that the place where, or was that Hara? I don't remember if it was Boronson or Hara that mentioned that a lot of the apocalyptic wasteland was not necessarily inspired by Mad Max 2, but more about like a real life atrocities. I forgot what location it was, but it mentioned that there was all these dead people and all the skeletons are still there and like on plain sight. It might have oversold it. It's fine, Kenny. No, I have not seen the teaser for the new Rurouni Kenshin anime, but I do know that it was coming. And unfortunately, the very first thing that it came to my feed was everyone bringing up the, like Watsuki's preferences, the ones that got him in trouble. So, yeah. I guess I'll look for the teaser now for Rurouni Kenshin while I'm at it. All right, let me look for. I should be looking at like an anime news site, but oh well. Oh, okay, yeah, all right. So 56 seconds. It looks a little better than the OVA. Remember the OVA that came out, the Kyoto arc? Remember how good that was? It was visually good, but it didn't go anywhere. Why did they use the Kiss anime thing? Oh, whatever. The legend is back. Batosai the Manslayer. X. Or Samurai X in some places. Meiji Kenkakuro Mantan. New animation project has begun. Oh, okay, that was it. Oh, I thought it was going to be a little longer than that. These YouTube videos trying to scam me with more views. It looks nice from what I can tell, because even Shaman King, I haven't even watched the new Shaman King stuff, and I should, but I'm like behind on my anime. Oops, I'm behind on Lupin Part 6 because so far it's been kind of boring to me. It's been kind of disappointing. It's just been for Lupin 6. Very for me. Alrighty. Let's see. Ever see the Dr. Pepper Godzilla ad? No, but I don't want to make this just pure me watching trailers. Full Windman, yo. Yeah, that is the place, the Pol Pot government aftermath. Ah, okay. We need to do a Violence Jack retrospective together sometime. Tired of people attacking it like it's the worst OVA ever. I know, right? People keep. Because I was actually kind of wondering, is like Violence Jack really that messed up when compared to Berserk? I mean, Violence Jack has like one scene of I was actually like thinking about Evil Town and wondering like what's actually worse? Is it the OVA or the manga? Because the manga, like I mean, in both versions, like the fashion models get violated. That's like a that is a reality that cannot change. But the thing is, in the manga of Evil Town, like the humans like transform into werewolves or they turn into like beasts or it might be a demonic thing, like I don't know, it might be a metaphorical thing, but maybe by knowing going to guy it's probably like, now it's a literal thing. So you seeing these women getting assaulted by these half man half animal things and just no. But there's worse things in Violence Jack. If we're talking about like how crazy it is. There was the jungle chapter. I don't remember the name of the title. Like King of Broods, Jungle Broods. The point is like there's this weird scene in the beginning where there's this kid looking at a girl, like a naked girl, like taking a bath, and then a tiger shows up. The tiger opens its mouth, and the tongue becomes a phallic-looking thing, and the thing wraps around the girl, and then the kid like looks at this, and he sort of ejaculates, and then it's just what just happened? And I don't know. I don't know what just happened in that part of the story, but it's one of those things where I'm saying like Violence Jack is good. It's just that it's more Berserk than Berserk. Oh, but for a collab, like I don't know how to do it. Like in terms of free time, it would be in January where I have time to do stuff. So if you have like a script already, Kenny, or whatever, like share it with me or something, then we'll talk, I guess. Because I know there's been like another guy that's wanted me to do an interview with. Like I can't remember his name from the top of my head, but I know if I just check my messages. And like odds one out, or it's something along those lines. Because I remember what his profile looks like, but yeah, he has a different username on Twitter. Because I know there's been like some interviews, and then I need to get in touch with my friends because they've been wanting to do like collab stuff as well. I don't. It's just an idea. Okay. I grew up watching a ton of horror movies. Maybe we're just weirdos. Oh, I don't know. I think part of the reason is that I think it may not just be me and you, maybe other people, is that sometimes we have a habit of watching things at a very young age when we're not supposed to. Like one of my childhood favorite movies is RoboCop, and that is obviously not a movie for someone who's like in the single digits. I shouldn't be watching that, but I'm okay. Like, where's my RoboCop? Oh, my RoboCop's on the top shelf. Never mind. I thought I moved them. Let me go back. Let me go back to the stuff here. Where am I going? Have you seen the Mandela catalog? No, but I guess I'll check since my laptop's right here. I don't know what that is. Mandela catalog. Mandela catalog. Oh, it's no, I never seen this. Yeah, I never heard of this. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, this is all new to me. I don't know, the only horror stuff that I've seen are like the more mainstream, I guess. I never see anything like super I wouldn't say like the most critically best horror stuff. I haven't seen that. I've seen like pretty much all the slasher essentials in a way, but at the same time not really. Because Texas Chainsaw Massacre, that one's brutal. Like I've seen the original, like I like the original one more just because of how quick everyone just like gets attacked, and the whole thing starts just because they wanted to like help a guy out. They wanted to like just give him a ride because it's so freaking hot. It's just like they were just being nice people, and then they get like attacked for that. And also in the beginning of that film, like it's pretty disturbing and ominous because you got these grave robbers, and then they're what's the word? There's a lot of desecration. a lot of blasphemy there because they're taking the corpses and mounting them in all these positions, like out in the open. They're digging them up, taking pieces away from them, and then like just posing them for everyone can see that. And it's super sacrilegious because of their, they're disturbing the dead and everyone's funeral, and then that's the reason why all the characters show up there in the first place, because like, oh, we need to check if our relatives have been dug up or something's happened to their bodies. And stuff like Nightmare on Elm Street. Actually, like two. I think I might like two more than one, just because of the body horror, especially the scene where like it's the blades are coming out of the fingers, and then he just bursts out of his chest, of his stomach, and that's the scene that stands out to me more than anything. The Fly, again with the body horror. I've seen the original also. That one's more of a, well, they both have romantic elements, but the first film to me is like much more romantic because it's from the wife's perspective. They've already been together for a while, and then like I've seen the ending of The Fly being parodied many times. The help me, like everywhere. And so when I finally saw the film, it actually did come off as kind of creepy and disturbing. It's just, yeah. So now I get the impact of that, but unfortunately, it's one of those movies where one of the most essential scenes just gets parodied nonstop. Same thing goes with The Shining. I haven't finished The Shining. I'm like, I think I still need an hour, because the problem with it is that the movie's been so spoiled for me through parodies and references. So, like, I don't necessarily feel like the dread yet, or so. But I don't know. We'll see. Friday the 13th. I seen the first two. The third one, I was losing interest. Like, I don't know. I kind of realized I'm not really into slashers. I'm more into the, like, if there's something like practical effects about it, that's where I'm more into that. I just like to see like not necessarily the gore, but just like creative like stuff in it. Let me think. Because Halloween, like the first Halloween, actually bores me, because it's supposed to be this scary thing about this my guy with no true motivation. The shape attacking people and just like doing it all kind of randomly. But to me, like, I feel like as a casual watcher, I think most people just want to see, get to the killing part type of thing. And for me, it just feels like super slow, and I don't necessarily feel scared watching it. So yeah, that's how I feel like some of the essential horror films, in terms of like Nightmare on Elm Street and Child's Play, is mainly about the personality. A funny thing, like with the recent It, like I've seen It as a kid, like it seems super scary, but nowadays I need to watch those TV specials. I think that's what they were, TV specials or made to TV movies. I need to watch those again, because I think I might like those more compared to the reboot. But I haven't seen chapter 2, but chapter 1, like, this is gonna be super ironic, because you would think, oh, like it's a super scary movie, but me, I was getting angry. Instead of getting scared, I'm just getting like furious. I'm thinking like, hey, you leave those kids alone. That's my mentality. Or let me. Okay, I'm behind. I'm behind stuff already. Just went on a tangent on horror films. Do you think Kenshiro and Guts would be friends? Christian Lopez. Yeah. I can picture them like sitting on a campfire. Like maybe Guts is the one like setting camp, and then Kenshiro shows up, and they have a talk. Well, I don't know, freaky stuff happens first, and then they collaborate with each other to ward off the demons and ghosts. And then that's when they have their talk. Like maybe in the morning they resist, and Kenjiro says like, "I'll protect you when you can sleep. I'll stand watch." So Guts sleeps, and while Kenshiro's like the bodyguard, and then when Guts wakes up or whatever, then they have the more conversation. They try to like. They try to get along and share some stories, how they're like how one of their mortal enemies have connection to birds, so that's like that's a similarity right there. And also talk about love, because Guts' love for Casca and Kenshiro's love for Yuria, and he's gonna tell him Guts the story to be careful on your journey, because I almost lost my way when I killed Shin. Like I felt like there was nothing for me afterwards. Stuff like that. You can make something good out of that. Any horror movie about a small town is best. Tremors, in particular, defending location from monsters is always cool. Yeah, Tremors though, that's more of like one of those fun horror movie creature features for that one. something like the Blob remake. That one's like super messy, super nasty. Well, The Fly is super nasty. I should reserve it for that. But because I recently saw something. I saw Krampus for the first time. That was fun. It was like very well. I liked it, but at the same time, like the ending makes me feel so dreary. I'm like, the kid learns his lesson, and the family's still like in torture. It's a very bittersweet ending, but for me, I was like, I mean, it's just super depressing. But just because of one little mistake ruined all that. Let me. I guess I'll leave it like that. I'm pretty sure it's another horror film I'm totally overlooking, but I can't recall. I've been wanting to watch Monster Squad, but no, I can't find it anywhere, even on those free places. The files that I found, like the video just crashes. It just crashes. I'm like, I've been wanting to watch Monster Squad for a while. I think actually, at this point, I might as well just buy it just to see it. You have to grow up in the suburbs for those slasher films to hit hard. They're kind of out of place now, I guess. I don't know. I gotta go back to the questions. I told you about it the last stream, but look up Geki Kokuthora Iki, the sequel to Ultimate Path Private High. Oh, okay. You know what? Let me just Geki Kokuthora Iki. I hope I spelled that right. Yeah, okay, I got it. All right, the picture. I actually do like the art style because yeah, right here you can see Miyashita. He's finding his place in the world. He's figuring out. I know how to draw now. Because in the first Private High, he made everybody like so proportionally big, like in the way Araki drew Jonathan and Dio in Phantom Blood in those chapters. I keep thinking of the Sherlock Jonathan when he's in Ogre Street, like how ridiculously big he is from like the legs and the arms, and like the proportions are out there, and I'm like, this is bigger than North Star. I think the Violence Jack manga gets disrespected too much just because of the OVAs are yeah, fooling, man. Yeah, I know what I mean. It's because Violence Jack has always had this reputation. Because honestly, both Violence Jack and Berserk and a bunch of other seinen manga are like that messed up. I mean, there's like Ichi the Killer, and that's even more like grotesque. But where am I going with this? The problem, the difference is Berserk is always praised, always complimented, always like put on the pedestal for like essential seinen, essential manga, essential fantasy, essential like a manly badass character, essential swordsman, essential dark fantasy, and you know, on and so on. The point is like it's really good, but no one says that about Violence Jack. Because like I said this before, but if I'm covering Jack, because I'm constantly behind on everything that pops out, so I would have to like cover it arc by arc, and do it that way. Especially when Violence Jack is a little like all over the place with one of those manga websites. Like sometimes they're not in order, sometimes they're like pieces of a chapter's in the wrong section. I'm like, that's why I've been wanting 7Cs to just grab it. That way I could just review it volume per volume. And like, okay, so this is what happens in Volume 1. It covers these the Slum Town arc, the boy thing, when the Hellquake first happens and all that. Because the last stuff I read was in the grappling wrestling stuff, and it wasn't even finished yet. But I know by now it's done. I know there's stuff with Cutie Honey. I read the ending of Violence Jack, which features Devilman and Satan and Xenon or Zenon, whatever. But like I've seen it. I've seen the ending. Evil Town is worse than the entirety of Berserk. Honestly, nihilism to 1 on 10. Is it because maybe the OVA because it's a bit more visually graphic because the one scene I can think of is that it's pixelated, but even still, that kind of like rubs you the wrong way. Because there's a scene in the OVA where one of the girls has like a pipe shoved in her and she's dead. And she has like a dirty magazine shoved in her mouth, so it's like this completely disrespectful death, very brutal. And a lot of people will take that the wrong way as a more of a sexist thing, but to me it's more like, to me it makes sense in terms of the villains because they don't care for any type of they have no humanity in them at all. So of course they would make it like completely grisly. but also in the OVA, you see dead children. And Berserk, we've seen that. We've seen stuff like that because there was those fairies. I mean, I think the stuff with the fairies is worse than Evil Town, honestly, because the Lost Children are. Because at one point, fairies are playing war, and they're just killing each other left and right. And then, well, one point, which is like the things I'm like, that's too much. As when one of the kids does like adult attack, and it just kills another fairy like while violating them. I'm just like, oh god. And then things escalate also because when Guts kills the fairies, they turn back to their human form. And now you see a dead kid there, and Guts is like attacking these cocoons. He has a kid. He has like half of a body of a kid in his mouth, and like he's pushing through that. You know what? Let me get the manga. I have him over there. Let me get him. Get him. Okay, I have my Berserk manga here. The few volumes that I have. Oh, hold up. I don't know if you guys heard that. Oh no. Alright, I got my Berserk volumes, like some of the ones I have. So I think the Lost Children arc consists of these three. 14, 15, and 16, I think. Oh, she wasn't naked in the cover. Yeah, she is. Never mind. I can't show the cover then. Let me look for that portion where Guts is killing some kids. I don't know. There's so much going on, like in this storyline. Like it's on par with the like the very beginning of Berserk is pretty dark as well. So depressing. Like yeah, like here we go. We got all these dead kids here. We got all that. That's like the first thing. That's in volume 15. Then you get stuff like this where Guts is seeing his baby is because I know the baby's relevant nowadays, but then you get this. I mean, come on, you see all these crying children and they're dead. Yeah, I mean, look at how brutal that is. Oh, yeah, because I really don't think Berserk is that far off from Violence Jack. I mean, come on, like Violence Jack is overdue for stuff. Let's see. I argue OVA more so than the manga. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I actually don't know what is worse, like the OVA, the Evil Town OVA, or the Evil Town manga. I don't know. MD Geist, greetings, friend. Surely remember me. I am Commander, most dangerous Geist. I haven't seen that OVA in a long time, and I'm actually surprised that no one has picked it up. Like Discotech hasn't picked it up, Media Blasters hasn't picked it up, Sentai Filmworks hasn't picked it up, so Retro Crush hasn't picked it up. So, because I remember MD Guys being like one of the quintessential like violent anime OVAs, especially when the main character was responsible for like I think whole planet. That's what I remember. I don't remember too much, and I think there was different cuts of the OVA. I don't remember. It's been a while. Danny Boy, Ramen Man, Shiryu, Phoenix Iki, and Date Omito, all foes turned allies that became more popular than the main character. What do you think of that? Like to me, it's not new. It's not really new. I would say I definitely would. Wow, I'm sorry. I definitely feel like those are the first examples before Dragon Ball like mainstream that idea. I always found it interesting how those characters can really like carry their own shows. Because Shiryu, Iki, Ramen Man, and who else did you bring up? Date Omito, right? Or I wasn't really aware that Date Omito was that more popular than Momotaro, but I don't know. I would have to double check the popularity polls for that. But I could definitely Iki and Shiryu, because Iki is like a lot more. Well, he's a really dark character for Shonen Jump. I mean, you got this immortal guy that just can't die, and he's been to hell. Like, I don't know. Well, he says he's gone to hell a couple of times, at least in the anime. And then, his fight with Shaka Virgo was even with his, the two disciples that he fought before Shaka. it's like some of the most gruesome things, and I don't remember where, but I think it's movie 4 that his head gets chopped off like in an illusion. Even that, the fact that he has that phantom illusion fist where he can make people see illusions, and like it's like a penance stare for anime, and it's brutal. Because whenever Iki shows up, like the tone of Saint Seiya changes altogether. When Shiryu is always about that self-sacrifice, but I always get annoyed that it's the same thing with the eyes, like almost every time. It's like, his eyes again. That would be the perfect time to put in the JoJo OVA. They got his eyes, Kakyoin. Where am I going with this? As for Ramen Man, well, the best example of Ramen Man is that he got his spin-off. Like, he got his own spin-off anime. Yeah, that's amazing. Tatakae Ramen Man with starring Victory Ramen Man. Yeah, I just wish that Tatakae Ramen Man had better characters. I mean, a lot of the allies that Ramen Man meets, they're not... They don't look that chojin-ish. That's what bothers me more than anything. It's like, it's very restrained. That you don't let Yuta Tamago do their crazy designs that much. And the villains as well. It's like we needed like one really good villain that should have been recurring, but it wasn't. Most of them don't push the envelope the way newer horror films do. Kenshiro's the OG Demon Slayer manga. Yeah, let me see. Company, yeah, U.S. Manga Corps. There we go. That's what brought everything. Central Park Media. Because with MD Guys, I remember they even became the logo for Central Park Media for a while. Monster Squad's on VHS and Laserdisc. Just saying, there's no DVD. Oh no. You ever play Silent Hill? The first 4 are really good psychological horror games. You know, maybe I can move this. Because I'm constantly turning my head. So like, no, I can't move. I thought I could. Oh, tilting. Tilting there. The tilting towers. No, I haven't played any of the Silent Hill games at all. I know like a little bit about it, but not really. I just know the guy with the pyramid head, and that's about it. I don't know. The Red Letter Media toy video was great. Oh, thanks. The thing is, like looking back at that little video, I could have added one little subtitle. I could have just put my videos on top of the pictures of the anime that right there. That would have been, but I think the message got across regardless. Resident Evil is better. I like how big some of the characters look in the OG Ultimate Path. Anyway, there's a certain charm to it, but at the same time, it's like it is jarring to me compared to what Miyashita. Well, that is Miyashita's original designs, really, so I should appreciate that more. But like, I feel like he really found himself once he started imitating Tetsuo Hara. Once he did his own versions of that. I just feel like he became more refined with his art style. Didn't James Rolfe review Monster Squad for Windman? I think so. Like, there's been a couple of people talking about Monster Squad. I think because the Berserk anime is a better adaptation than Violence Jack OVAs. I guess so, because with Violence Jack, it's very similar to 1986 Fist of the North Star movie, where they definitely wanted to emphasize the violence more than anything. With Jack, I mean, there's also like a nastiness to it, because I remember in the Evil Town, the kids were eating cockroaches to survive, but I don't know necessarily why people were super disgusted by their things. You know, you do what you can to survive. Maybe they should have started like from... should have gone, I guess, slower about exploring the world of how the Japan has become before they started entering like the nasty stuff. Because there was also the whole like the tranny thing where it just became this like even she wanted to take advantage of a girl, and it's definitely played for like a more like as an evil nasty thing because of his sexual gender identity. So yeah, I know that would probably have to change, I think. I don't know, because Gona Guy like always does that stuff like in his manga. Because even with Devilman Lady, there's that one girl that liked June, and then she just whoop, she just grew one. Uh, but it was like an angry angry sex. Like, I guess to put it, just angry violation. I'm trying to remember the other Jack OVAs because there was an original one, the Harlem Bomber. I think that's what it was called. That one, like the animation looked bad also because when Finance Jack shows up, he looks pretty cool. He looks very feral, but then when he shows up in the bar and in the hotel, his eyes are crooked. And it's like derp. And then he's just a mindless beast in that episode. And they don't necessarily add any of the mystique of the character. They show the Slum King, but there's no real story other than these two people trying to escape like these awful people of a sex cult, sex ring type of thing, and then everybody dies. So because the character, one of the girl wanted to help Jack, but then Jack kills them along the way. So yeah, I wouldn't use that as the opening for Finance Jack. I would have gone, just the first chapter of the manga. When the quake happened, then the kid and the sister are trying to survive, and then everyone's just dying off. Because it is gonna get ugly when it comes to post-apocalyptic stuff, like or even something similar to that nature, like Legend of Mother Sarah, like what happens to her baby. That's like there's a very obscure manga. I don't know how many people have heard of that. Of Legend of Mother Sarah. It was released in English like back in the 90s. I think it was Left to Right. It's from the creator of Akira. Because that's probably like the most like motherly character ever that I ever come across. And one of her early stories, which is about like people being oppressed, and she loses her baby, and it's not the conventional way of you're thinking, oh, she got stabbed in the stomach or someone killed her baby. No, what happens to her baby is like super sad, super tragic, and definitely part of that like that hit that what makes it different from like other stories. And it works. It works. Let's see. Have you read Koyomo Senki by Ken Ishikawa? I don't know that one. Let me see. Koyumi? Let me move this closer to the Google Images. Kiyomi Senki. I don't know, maybe I'm not reading that right. Kiyomu Senki. Let's see what this is. No, I have not seen this, but I've seen pictures of that, of some of these panels. I don't know, I'm like very behind on my Ken Ishikawa. Like, I only read the original Ghetto Robo, I read Manju Sensen, but I haven't explored any of the Ghetto Robo sequels, but I do recall seeing like those panels before. I guess I got stuff to read, because right now I'm like totally obsessed with Karate Baka Ichidai, the Karate Master. That's what it's called in English. Super generic title, but you can watch a lot of the anime on YouTube on the TMS channel or Retro Crush app. Well, you don't need the app to watch Retro Crush, because the annoyance with Retro Crush it's better watching episodes there than the movies, because you get an ad every 8 minutes. And like that, and it doesn't matter what format, whether it's a movie or an episode. Every 8 minutes, you're gonna get an ad. But yeah. So I've been watching Karate. I'll say Karate Fighter, but no, that's something else. Karate Master there, and it's super good. It's from the author of Tiger Mask, Asuna Joe, Star of the Giants, Kajiwara Iki. So it's good. It's like the sports master. I can go, like, I already wrote stuff about Karate Master on my Patreon, so there's that. It's just like 3 paragraphs, but it's good stuff. Maybe I'll talk about it a little later. Right now, let me go back here. MD guys, I saw the video from a song, "A Manly Now You're a Man," and believe me, I had a very big adrenaline rush when training. Glad that it did that to you. Because I do get comments every now and then for that, and I need to make a type of sequel. I really don't understand what's with this YouTube settings and my phone, because on my phone it looks great. I'm looking at my monitor my laptop for YouTube on the live stream, and it has like this blue-gray blur on it. No, that's why I need to like update to a webcam or do a different type of streaming format. The capital G, what's up, hero? Also check out Kenji Okamura's Shangri-La. It's like Rikyo mixed with Kongo Bancho. Oh, okay, now, oh yeah, another recommendation. Like I don't even know when I'm gonna have time for all these things. Let's see, Shangri-La. Shangri-La, where was it? Kenji Okamura's Kenji. Shangri-La. Okay, I have it there. Yeah, it is. Is it from the author of Rikyo? Because it kind of looks like the same art style or something very similar. It's definitely manly looking. I never heard of this one. I don't know. Maybe there's some good stuff here that I'm overlooking for so long. Like capital G, what's up, hero? Oh, yeah, I already said that. Are you hyped for the Pickle arc being animated most likely in Baki? Capital, yeah, I am. I've been wanting to see Pickle for the longest time. I've been wanting to see that. Since like 2014 is when I read those manga. Like when I read the original 3 Baki manga. That was before Baki though was a thing. Like 2014, 2013, and the Pickle stuff is like probably the best written arc in Baki from what I remember. Because the stuff with Olivia and the prisons, I recall my head thinking, I don't remember much of this arc. I do know that I didn't like it. Then I watched the anime and I'm like, yeah, I remember why I didn't like it. I like deleted most of this from my brain. I didn't remember the whole like golden shower with Baki. I'm like, I don't remember that. I know that's not the only time Itagaki does stuff like that, but I never been on board for his quirkiness. Him and Araki are like pretty weird when it comes to their manga. But yeah, like Pickle, I need some caveman action because Primal isn't enough. Like I want for more Primal. Savage He-Man wasn't doing it for me. I'm like, so I'm like, I could just watch Primal instead of just getting like 5 minutes of Savage He-Man fighting, or just being mindless brutes. Where was I going with this? Yeah, like I need more caveman stuff because I even like the Croods. I'm like I watched the Croods for that very reason. I just wanted to watch something with caveman in it, and I'm like, I like this. I even started watching a little bit of the Croods cartoon because there's a 2D cartoon on Netflix. There's actually some enjoyment out of that because a lot of the characters, since they're so primitive, there's a lot of concepts they can't grasp. And for some reason, the show has like this, like a bit of a dark sense of humor where some of the punchlines involve someone dying or someone getting eaten or something similar to that. Yeah. Not to mention that the beginning is actually pretty grim because the beginning of the Croods movie mentions that there were other people in their tribe, but they all got eaten. And so, if there's an official ending to the Croods cartoon, then it has to end with all the characters dying except for that one family. It's just kind of like this mean-spirited black comedy thing. But yeah, like I'm on board with more caveman. I want to see some dinosaurs too. I've been wanting to see like Gantz, the dinosaur stuff of Gantz being animated, but we haven't seen those dinosaur aliens. I mean, come on, start with the dinosaur aliens, please. Give me that dinosaur aliens. I don't care about the vampires. I don't care about the echidnas. I don't care about the mecha xenomorphs. Give me the Rao horses, please. Like, give me Rao and those horses, those ring aliens. I think that's what they're called. I know there's a little alien too, where Kei Korono fights. I think in his high school. I think that's what happens. I don't remember. Like the Gantz Osaka movie, that was fine. I'm pretty sure it was different from the manga, but I mainly want to see the dinosaurs more than anything in Gantz, and it ever comes back. But yes, I am excited for Pickle, and I'm hoping that the animation gets a little bit more detailed because after the Pickle stuff, you get the Son of Ogre like Yujiro Hanma fight with Baki, and To me, that's like the ending of Baki. Like there is no more Baki after you Son of Ogre. I don't like the two Baki dolls are kind of interesting because I've been reading like random chapters that pop up because I've seen the stuff with Jack Hanma is getting bigger and taller and like much more feral because he's just biting people and he's been like ripping. I don't know, he's becoming like a cannibal at this point. I mean, like Jack Hanma is becoming like Killer Croc and King Shark into one character. Like, ooh. Yeah, let me go back here. The Olive Tea is only good part of Geist, MD Geist, I guess. I don't know. I don't recall how it sounds. I just realized the face line of JoJo was influenced by Ken Ishikawa, Monkey Robo. Really? Well, I wouldn't be too surprised. I would have to like look at more Ken Ishikawa manga. Dato Amito was in first place twice in the popularity polls, and yes, a lot of people in the fandom like Date a tiny bit more than Momo. In a Chinese popularity poll, Date was number 1 and Momo in 5th. I'm guessing with Date, maybe it's the spear, or maybe it's like the scars on his face. That's just my guess when it comes to China. Maybe he's just like much more hard discipline. Maybe that's why they like him more. Like Momo, like for the majority of the manga, is like very laid back and it's like super exemplary. Like he almost doesn't have to train for anything. Like he's almost like effortless in his fights. Honestly, because I remember the very end of the tournament, the big one. Momo like just like oh yeah, I can shoot the tiger thing. Like yeah, I went to that same school this guy went to. Like I learned that move. And with Date, like, well, Date just comes off as more cooler, like much more aggressive, much more badass. Like the early fights, like when he cuts off the guy's nut top and he just uses to clean his shoe, or when he makes a circle and like I won't leave the circle. If I do, I'll disembowel myself. Like oh, Date Omito. And like Date and Akashi Goji, they're like super mean characters. Same thing goes with Daigo and Jackie. They're all like these aggressive guys. Like Akashi, like he doesn't want to cry. Him and Jackie don't want to cry, so they just like bleed instead. They're too manly to cry. No manly tears for me. Have you played any anime games? Full Windman. The most anime games that I played were either Dragon Ball Budokai related or the Naruto Class of Ninja series. The Class of Ninja games are actually pretty good. It's all because of that substitution jutsu. Like that's what makes the gameplay fun and kind of unpredictable. And I feel like all the complexity of the Naruto Clash of Ninja is all because of that one technique, and that affects the gameplay. The fact that you have to use your meter to protect yourself, like sacrifice meter for your technique or for health, one or the other. I know other games have something similar, but Clash of Ninjas, I felt like that's the whole reason why it works. Like it was fun playing that. Like me and my high school friends would play that a lot along with Smash Bros. Like I played some bad anime games, like the Bleach one for the Nintendo Wii, because that one was originally intended for the game. That was originally a GameCube game that got ported to the Wii. So, well, if that game was fun, it would have to been on the GameCube. For the Nintendo Wii, it was all about a lot of this. And it just got tiring and boring pretty fast. Yeah, I remember buying that game for full price, which when it came out, which was like a big mistake. In terms of anime games, it was all about the Budokai stuff, like 1 and 2. I would have to go to my friend's house to play Budokai 3 because the third game was never ported to the GameCube, so that was an annoying thing. I didn't have a PlayStation 2 or it was a 2, right? Yeah, I don't think it was 3 yet. I didn't have a PlayStation until like much later. I can't think of any more anime games from the top of my head. Well, I guess there's J-Stars and Jump Force, but I think J-Stars was better, but at the same time, not by much. Jump Force was... I don't know. Like, those two games could have been a whole lot better. A whole lot. What do you think of Getter Robo Arc Case 921? I haven't watched it yet. Sorry. Because the only anime that I've been watching that's new would be Lupin Part 6. And even then it's been like a struggle. Stone Ocean when that came out, like I watched that with my mom. The Baki when that came back, I watched that. I've been watching Karate Master. I'm already 25 episodes out of 47. So I've been super addicted to that one. That's like the good one out of all the things that's come out, and that's from the 70s. Even though I do like Jolene and Foo Fighters like easily, but Ken Asuka from Karate Master is like a whole on a whole different level in terms of like manly characters. Like he's up there, super up there. I'm trying to think. Was there anything else? I've been reading like some of the Fist of North Star manga that's come out. I don't know how many people saw this. Like I barely got this today, so I gotta read this. But the seasonal stuff, I think that's everything that I've seen. Also, that the Gaiden is probably the best out of the bunch. I wasn't aware of that because I haven't looked at the. I know I saw some pages of the Jackie Gaiden. I forgot what other ones come out, but I did like the art style in the Date Gaiden because it's very similar to Miyashita, but the characters look a little bit bigger. Like everyone just looks a little bit bigger than the way Miyashita draws it. But then again, I like the fact that it's drawn in the 80s Miyashita because 2000s Miyashita is like very different like from his Tetsuo Hara designs. So I guess like Araki, he also found his own art style as time passed on. But I don't know, I just missed the Tetsuo Hara look from those two mangakas. I would say Date has a better design, to be honest. Monkey Robo. I don't know because with Momo, I just like the whole jacket and headband thing. But with Date, but then again, Momo has the else too. But no, I'm leaning towards Momo with that. To be honest, I'm starting. Maybe Date was favored because of the armor, or I don't know. Cooler personality too, Danny Boy. Arkinite, I guess. Maybe trying to say Osu or O, I don't know. Full Wind Man said CPM or what? CPM was in love with MD Geist for some reason. No one really knows why. Oh, Central Park Media. I think it was the owner that in particular was like fond of MD Geist. That might be the thing. There was an anime that you should see, and it's one of the it's Legend of the Overfiend. Yeah, because I think it technically is a hentai, which it's actually one of the big names I haven't looked at. I should look at it, but I just haven't gotten around to it. MD Geist. Homo Dogojuku gets licensed by Seven Seas or Viz. I think at one point it got picked up by I forgot what manga thing got it. It was like it was a type of service, but I don't know if they got very far. I don't even know that service is still around. I don't remember. I blame the writer for why the Violence Jack OVAs are awful. He got better in his later work, though. I don't know who wrote the screenplays for the Jack OVAs, but I think he might be the same person that did Fullmetal Alchemist 2003. Maybe I don't know. As far as I remember, Ninja Gaiden also had an anime in 1991. Maybe because there's also like Samurai Spirits OVA. I haven't looked at that. I haven't looked at the Tekken OVA. Haven't looked at the Fatal Fury movie. So there's a few video game adaptations I haven't looked at yet. Otokojuku manga probably won't get licensed anytime soon because Manga Planet has a there we go. Has a digital manga. There we go. That's the thing I'm looking for. Let me save that. Yeah, because I know somebody picked up the second Baki manga, and I haven't looked at that yet. Because I don't know. Because I think Fist of North Star is on digital manga now. Because I'm thinking, I guess I should grab them too, just for the sake of talking about it. At least the Shin arc. That way I could use those scans instead of the scans online, because they're pretty cheap, and it'll be better than me taking photos anyways. The only problem is that I got a double dip. Like, for like buying the manga twice in physical and digital form. Let's see, Monkey Robo. Hey Alex, you remember the trap from Violence Jack? I forgot the name of the character. Yeah. I mentioned it earlier, so I don't know if I should repeat that. feel like I remembered the name, and then I forgot the name. It's like I remembered it, then immediately forgot it. Like immediately, it was some Blue. The character was named Blue, just Blue. Let's see, Billy Mount III. Hello, anime hero. Hello to you. Would you love to see? What anime would you love to see adapted and directed by Junichi Hayama by Silver Matovale? I wouldn't mind like another JoJo OVA just because, but that's not gonna happen. Let me think something else a little more realistic. Besides Fist of the North Star, because that's like the first thing I would want more than anything. I kind of would like to see Junichi do Riki-Oh. Like, but then again, like Riki-Oh is not like the biggest mandatory thing, so maybe you're just better off with Otokujuku. Either Otokujuku or North Star or Nashita no Joe, maybe. Like, or better yet, if you could somehow do like Devilman, that'd be great too. If he did like another Devilman anime with him, even if it's just like an OVA, like I would like to see Junichi like cover that. Gona Guy seems to feel bad about how he portrayed trans characters, as I noticed in their portrayal much more sympathetically in his later work. I guess so, because I'm pretty sure like Gona Guy gets in trouble like all the time from what I've heard. So that's, I don't know. But then again, it might be because of like him getting a bit more mature. Because I remember Araki when he made a Gorgeous Irene, it's very like very plain femininity. The girl gets her powers through makeup. It's like very cliche, very cheapish. Then years later, Jolene Cujo, and then like, oh, that's much better. What do you think of the Masters of the Universe Revelation? I guess you didn't see my video. Because right now I'm streaming on my second channel, the backup channel, Manly Anime Hero. On my main channel, The Anime Hero, I did make like a 30-minute rant. I think it was 30 minutes. Let me see here. No, it was a 24-minute rant about Masters of the Universe Revelation. It's on my main channel. It's there. It's the third video. It's right next to the Storm Collectibles Kengan Asura, next to How Toei Makes Me Feel, and in between Lupin the Third Part 1 Thub Problems, Karate Apocalypse. It's there. It's like a very, or maybe you want like a different opinion, or like, me directly live, because maybe you've seen the video, but it was a very negative review. Like, I feel a little dirty because I have a few toys from Revelation right there in this corner. Now you have the Savage He-Man, the Orko, Scareglow, Skelegod, Evil Lyn, Faker, and Skeletor, and He-Man and Battle Cat. But to me, it was a big disappointment, like really big. Like I can't think of another example where something like this has happened, where it just completely destroyed itself, and it's not the identity that you want. It's the best way I can put it is that imagine if they made a Ninja Turtles reboot, and only that April O'Neil was the main character, and the Turtles are like hardly in it. And, like, they're not just in it, but they're like disgraced constantly, in some way or form. And then instead of Shredder being the main villain, Karai, like let's say Karai kills Shredder and she becomes the villain, and then it's like April versus Karai. Like that's not what I wanted. That's not what most people wanted to get. And then especially the difference with the IPs is that if it were Ninja Turtles, that's just like another thing in a big pool of turtle stuff. In terms of He-Man, I don't know how many people remember this, but He-Man has often been regarded like as I don't want to say toy commercial, because you can say that's about any 80s cartoon, even some 90s cartoons. But when it comes to He-Man, it doesn't have like a presentable adaptation. There's a 2002 cartoon, yeah, but no one really... The way people reacted about Revelation is like they didn't even know there was a 2002 cartoon. I feel like the majority of people were like, oh, there's another cartoon in the 2000s? I didn't know that. But most people were thinking of the 82 cartoon. And I'm pretty sure no one was thinking New Adventures of He-Man from the 90s. But when it came to that, like He-Man needed something good to represent itself because He-Man's like looked down as like this gay meme thing. And I mean gay not in a progressive way, but in a totally offensive way. Because if you look on the internet, there's like so many sexual, like homoerotic parodies of He-Man for some weird reason. It's like because because there's like Robot Chicken is one thing, but then there's like a lot of YouTube videos of just like this homoeroticism with MotU, and it kind of like there's no clear way to say this. But basically, number one, people that like He-Man as a kid, they don't want their character to be treated as gay. I'm pretty sure there's people that interpreted Prince Adam turning into He-Man as coming out of the closet kind of thing, or something of that nature. So good for them, whatever. But the point is that most people interpret He-Man as like this manly barbarian thing, a hero, whatever. Let's say you have someone like Optimus Prime being gay, or I don't know, like the people are not gonna sit well with that. And with He-Man, there were just so many comedy things out there, because there's like this one video where Skeletor's playing. This is a parody video. There's a parody video of Skeletor like jizzing into He-Man's cereal. That's the thing. And then in that video, it gets kind of graphic, and you see like these double hand job things, and it's all with toys. I'm just let me clearing that up. There's another video about Skeletor taking a bath, and then He-Man joins him. There's another video about like these people in these suits, and they're like doing like these dancing, and then there's He-Man with the meme of the and I Say Hey from like Fabulous Secret Powers music video. There's a bunch of Robot Chicken sketches, but that's like another thing. And basically He-Man consisted a lot of that. There's like the Geico commercials, and basically He-Man looks in like an embarrassing property. That's what I'm getting at. And Revelation kind of strayed it in completely in the wrong direction, because you can tell that one was tailored for a more female power like direction. It works in some things, like it worked in the Dark Crystal Age of Resistance, because like a bunch of the characters were really female there. And in any interview, everyone's gonna say like they're gonna bring up the female thing, saying that, oh, it's nice to have all these female things like in charge, and oh, it shouldn't be like it should be commonplace by now. And I'm thinking, I think it is commonplace by now at this point. All of my bosses were female. I mean, in real life, I never had like a male boss, so yeah. But in terms of fiction, like He-Man already has established things, like some of the stuff with Teela. Yeah, yes, that was gonna happen regardless, because Teela's always been fated to be the new sorceress. I get it, but then Evil Lyn becomes the main villain, and that's not. You can't change that. It's like it's fascinating, because in anime you can change the villain, but in American properties you really can't. Sometimes you can flip-flop between, because like Ninja Turtles, you have more than just the Foot Clan. You have more than just the Shredder. You got the Krangs, the Utroms, the Triceratons, and a bunch of other mutants, and several other affiliations. In Spider-Man, you got the Sinister Six, you got Kingpin, you got a whole rogues gallery. With something like He-Man, the rogues gallery of He-Man mainly consists of minor henchmen and like three big villains, like King Hiss, Hordak, and Skeletor. Or I guess with Hordak it would be Horde Prime to be more accurate, but the point is, with He-Man, you can't change like the villain like that, and you can't. It's not gonna work. And then you can tell that they're shoving it down our throat, like literally, because there's just so many lines, so many scenes in that thing where it doesn't follow. It doesn't live up to what it's supposed to be. It became a completely different entity. To be honest, like the hatred for Revelation, it should be like it should be similar to Rise of the TMNT, where people immediately hated it. With Revelations, there's people that with Rise of the TMNT, they found a new audience. Like you can tell that was tailored for somebody new. It wasn't gonna be the same old like Leo and Raphael are fighting type of thing, or like Mikey's the funny one, Donatello's the smart one. Leonardo's the leader, Raphael's the the emotional brother who's like tough, the stuff like, try to break the mold with turtles because there's so many turtle stuff. With He-Man, like almost every show that's come out has ended with a cancellation. Has ended with like the fandom is super small compared to Turtles, compared to Transformers. Like let's say like He-Man and Thundercats are like in the same boat. Because you had the 2011 Thundercats, they got canceled after 26 episodes. They didn't finish the story. And when it comes back, is it a good show that comes back that saves the franchise? No, you get Thundercats Roar, which is like this. In any other series, that would be a super deformed like parody like chibi anime, but it's like a lot worse. It tarnishes the brand. And with Revelations, I don't think Mattel necessarily cares as long as people are buying these things. And unfortunately, I bought them, so I don't know if Revelations will come back and continue with more He-Man of that continuity, but the writing of that show was just awful. The way things happen, like the Tila being like the main character, it would have worked if this was like the third arc, not the first arc. You cannot start with this. You need a He-Man to be there for like several episodes. And even then, like the first 5 episodes, I found so many problems. Things that don't add up, things that don't make sense. Like an example is that when Evil Lyn leaves, because Evil Lyn hires Tila and Andra to like to recover the Havoc staff, right? But in the end of the first episode, Evil Lyn is leaving with the Havoc staff. So how did she lose it? No explanation. When He-Man died, no one talks about He-Man dying. There is no funeral. There is no death of Superman. There is no Into the Spider-Verse where Peter Parker dies. Everyone reacts to it. There is no reaction to He-Man dying at all. There is no funeral for him. There's nothing of that nature. The Triclub stuff that got sort of got fixed, but I was gonna bring up something else involving that the time skip stuff. Like there's a time skip by the second episode of He-Man, and that way you can tell that everything that you wanted to see, anything He-Man, it was in that first episode just to get it out of the way immediately and then throw it away. Because Mattel, they don't want you to buy the original designs that you grew up with your childhood. They want you to buy their time skip, apocalyptic, broody redesigns, because it's a mix and match. Because they're selling you the Beastman redesign, they're selling you the Tila redesign, they're selling you the Orko redesign where he's like all weak and decrepit. They're not giving you the they're not giving you this Orko. You're not getting this Orko. You're getting the broody one. This one's better. This one is more complicated. This one's like a better character. So they say, but it's just super upsetting, and I just don't understand how people can't see that. Like, because I really wish like Red Letter Media would like rip it apart, because like Revelations should not be approved for anything more. Because there's always going to be fans of something, I get that, but it's really like a very corporate thing, the way Revelations turned out. And honestly, the best description of Revelations to a property that does exist that went through the exact same thing, only it was hit hard and it wasn't supported in any way, was Transformers the movie. Because people like the movie now, especially for the soundtrack and animation, but when it first hit, kids were crying because you got rid of all the characters that we wanted to see. You killed them off brutally too. And Optimus Prime dies in the first scene. He-Man dies in the first episode. It's the same scenario. The difference is Transformers didn't lose. I guess it didn't lose that much money. I mean, Transformers lost stuff, and they never recuperated until '90s with the Beast Wars. With He-Man and with Revelations, a lot of these people are adults now instead of kids. If there were kids watching the cartoon, let's say Revelations came out like in '87 or '88, and all this happened, it would have been the same failure as Transformers the movie. But no, a lot of people are adults now, and the irony is that they don't see what's wrong with it, despite being older. Yeah, so I don't want to talk about He-Man. That's the thing, because if I want to talk about it, it'll be like this big rant video. I could just go on for like an hour, and yeah, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, but my feelings for Revelations was just like, I don't know. It's because recently I watched The Dark Crystal, Age of Resistance, and I'm like, that's like stuff of He-Man that I wish would happen, but that didn't happen in the show. I mean, in Age of Resistance, Dark Crystal, they show what happens to the world when magic gets disrupted. I'm like, whoa, where was that in He-Man? Okay, let me go back to these questions because I like way on a tangent for He-Man. Sorry, Billy Mount III, if that's not the answer you wanted. What would happen if they did a Masters of the Universe manga series or one shot? Would they make He-Man like Kenshiro manly? I think He-Man's already manly. Like I would say He-Man and Kenshiro are the manliest characters of their own countries, especially for the '80s, like early '80s stuff. The difference with He-Man, he doesn't kill. He's a pacifist. He's more nicer. He's Superman. That's what He-Man is. He's more like Jonathan, I would say, compared to like Kenshiro or other manly characters. But if they did a manga nowadays, I don't think they would grasp the character right. I don't think so, because Batman Ninja, like Batman didn't feel like Batman to me at all in that film. It's like they don't know how Batman is. Oh, you finally got to Karate Baka Ichidai, Danny Boy. Yes, like I feel bad that I didn't start it right away, that I didn't start it earlier. But Karate Master is like really good. What slice of life would you love to see Rikyo Saika characters in, and why? You mean like a Rikyo Isekai, like Retsukayo and Amoeba? I don't got an answer for that. The voice actor from Ken from Karate Baka Ichidai voices the OVA Dio. Oh, okay. I thought I heard that voice before, and I'm starting to think the Japanese OVA had like a really good cast, because Kobayashi was in there as Abdul, but I would have to double check the other actors. I hope this thing is getting the mic right. Thoughts on changing thumbnails? I've done that to a few of my videos, and it's really helped in a few cases. I don't know. Like, if anything, I would like to change the whole thing, because I removed my Otoku Juku videos, and there was like one portion of me in live action where I'm younger, and I'm like I have like some shirts like on top of my curtain because I was blocking the neighbor's light because they would bother me when I sleep. So that's the reason why they're there. But to me, it just looks kind of like embarrassing now. But I don't need to re-release that video again. But I'll leave it intact for his history's sake, for preservation, because I shouldn't mess around with it like George Lucas. But changing thumbnails, like, I don't know. I'd rather just redo the whole thing, like from start to finish, because there's some videos where I'm listening to my voice and I'm kind of wondering, like, why do I sound like that? Why? Where's the energy? Or like, that's too much energy, that's too little energy. Like, what is going on here? Why am I slurring my words when I'm reading? I don't know. Jack Hama's been the biggest hype point in Baki-Do 2018. We'll see where he goes from there, I guess. Any plans to cover live action Bancho, Sukeban, Bosuzoku stuff? No, because I don't know like any shows like at all. Yeah, because to me, like the delinquent thing was mainly because of JoJo, because I got tired of, like, sometimes my biggest inspiration is me getting fed up with something. And I got tired of people like mentioning like, oh, is that a Jotaro reference? Is that a JoJo reference? Like, no, it's not. But no, I don't think I'm gonna cover. I don't think I have any plans of covering Sukeban's Bancho Delinquents again, unless the manga is about that. You know, like Kongo Bancho or Sakigake Togajuku or I don't know, anything else that relates to it. Fuin Man, Dimps and 18 who made those two games made the best anime games. Okay. The DS Japan only We Bleach games are way better. One Piece Grand Line Battle Rush over Power Stone. Yeah, I never played any of the One Piece games, so I don't know for sure. Have you played JoJo's Venture, Silver Mato Valley? No, I've been wanting to play JoJo's Venture like for like a while, and I want to play those games like since I grew up in the 90s. I just like games to look like that, or even with P1 and 64 graphics and all the polygons. Like give me all the polygons again. I don't mind, but I'm pretty sure that might bother some younger people now. It's like, oh, games used to look like this. Like, yep, that's what they used to look like. Remember Turok? Remember the polygons? Remember when Donkey Kong was like ugly and remember Bowser and Super Mario 64? Yeah. Jump Force is so bad. I don't know. I mean, to me, what annoys me more about Jump Force than anything is that there's no real voice acting in that thing. Well, J-Star didn't really have it either, but I mean, come on, just have people speak dialogue, please. I don't want to just be reading text after text after text, and Hythen B, Manly Live. Overfiend stream of the same guy who did the it was the FMA 2003. That's the reason I watched them. Masami Obari directed some really good video game anime. A really good place to start. Okay. Sho Aikawa wrote it. He also wrote Kamen Rider Blade as well as 12 Kingdoms, Martian Successor Nadeshiko, and FMA 2000. Yeah, okay. Yeah, everyone's. It's like FMA 2003 is like a miracle horror thing to me in my book. Nothing will be better than that version. I was watching your Lupin the Third retrospective not too long ago, and in said video, you talked about the idea of talking about the different interpretations of Lupin the Third. You still up for it? Raffles, Lovecraft, and Friends. I'm trying to recall what I said. I don't know if that was a case of the character of Lupin being different. Well, because I haven't read the manga, and I know this is not everything, and this is not in order either from like the Lupin material, the way Monkey Punch wrote his stuff. So I may have to like read what's in there, then read the manga version, and just start with that version of Lupin first, because I do know that from listening to commentary tracks from the Part 1 DVD of Green Jacket, everyone was saying the same thing about manga Lupin, that he's kind of crazy and he's kind of rapey. So it's just he's a different Lupin. But the first thing of Lupin I would talk about, like since then, it'll probably be a rant about Part 6 if it doesn't get any better. I need to catch up with Part 6, and so far it's been like it's been disappointing. Like I don't think I'll get as angry as with He-Man Revelations, but I'm still gonna be upset because about 2 weeks ago I think I talked to Falcon Punch. Like I haven't talked to him in months, like maybe in a year, maybe. And we were talking about Lupin Part 6. We were discussing it, thinking, because I started the conversation. Do you think Lupin Part 6 is boring? And then I get like a slow response of pondering, and he's just like, well. Then we discussed things, and then we started ripping things apart. Like I was giving my complaints, and then Falcon just opened my eyes even more, telling me how the stuff with Sherlock Holmes doesn't make any sense. Like the fact that he kept this a secret from the girl, and then how does the girl not know about Lupin? How she's not seen Lupin in anything else? And then like kind of responsible for her not letting her know the truth because he knows that Lupin never shot the guy. So I'm gonna rant. Stop it. I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna rant. Sho Aikawa is probably the most inconsistent writer in anime. Oh, MD guys, sometimes being a character from the retro years is like being a bullfighter, but when you neglect Oblivion, it can stick your horns. At any time. I don't get. I'm sorry, I lost that. Okay, I need to speed things up. Danny Boy, in the scenes of Dokujuku Pachinko directed by Hayami looked very cool. He would be my first pick to direct the Heaven Olympics anime. Yeah, because it looked like Junichi was involved in that one. I'd love to see Hayama animate a Lupin the Third TV. Oh, that would be a good idea. Because considering the recent Lupin stuff, we could use a little more like a little more manliness or a little more aggressive Lupin lately, or something a little different. Do pachinko machines get? Why do pachinko machines get the best animation? I don't know. I don't know because I think in an interview, Akira Kamiya said that pachinkos paid him more, or they paid him better than regular voice acting. I think that's what he said, and I don't remember where I found it. Or maybe it was the author of Gintama that might have said that, but I don't know. Maybe somebody else said that, but I recall somewhere that pachinkos paid well, but. I guess because it's involved with gambling, maybe it's the brand owners that have more money. I don't know. It's a profitable business, I guess. Even though I heard the Dogochu pachinko flipped, it flopped. I never heard of a pachinko flopping before. That's news to me. Sega Sammy for making them. That's true. Merlin the Mighty, the hero, the mighty. I still need to finish your book. I should read it, but I'm behind some stuff. Making fun of 80s cartoons is overdone. Yeah, I guess the best way to put it is that He-Man just gets made fun of like all the time. You know what, let me turn this off. I need to charge my laptop too. Now, where did I leave my charger? Uh-oh. Ah, man, let's see, where did I leave my charger? Oh, there it is. Let me get it here. Beep 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 beep, because I need to see the questions on one and see me talk in the other. How much the battery this thing is? I don't want it to overheat. It's 100%. Let me unplug it then. Yeah, I don't think I need the background lights at all. Like I don't think they were helping. Not with this weird YouTube footage thing. I don't know why it does that. Instead of looking good like the way it does in the actual camera. Alright, let me move this here for right now. And I'm sad about the He-Man show not being as awesome as advertised. Skeletor really isn't the main villainous focus. Even then, I didn't like Mark Hamill's performance as Skeletor. He was doing it like super hammy. Super ham. I needed more Mark and less Hamill. The best thing about being a character of the retro is that sexiest women wish. Yeah, I guess. I do like the way women drawn back then. I prefer Thundercats. Oh, honestly, Adult Swim should finish the Thundercats reboot story. Yeah, I could see that doing it. I mean, Samurai Jack had like a shot. Favorite Chinese kung fu practitioners in anime. I don't know. Like, does Kenshiro count? Because of the Hokuto Shingen being from China, so I don't know, because there's Retsu Kaio, there's Ramen Man, and I think that's all I know, to be honest. I don't know if Hentai Kamen counts, because I don't know if his techniques were Chinese to begin with, because I know there was those martial arts couple. I don't know, maybe something from Ramen 1/2. I don't know. He's really passionate about the He-Man. For when the funny thing, the super ironic thing about that for Windman is that I wasn't born in the 80s, so I didn't grow up with He-Man like at all. Never seen He-Man until like the 2000s, where I'm like I didn't even really watch the cartoon that came out, and I should have. Like, I didn't watch He-Man in the 2000s. I didn't watch Ultimate Muscle that much in the 2000s, when I should have. I should have been watching it, but I didn't. And instead I was watching Ninja Turtles in the 2000s and Yu-Gi-Oh! And Yu Hakusho. Where am I getting at? Yeah, I only got into He-Man, despite the shelves, the 2 rows of He-Man material there. Like, I only got into He-Man in 2018. Only in 2018. So 18, 19, 20, 21. From 18 to now, it's only going to be about maybe 4 years of He-Man stuff. Like 18 to 19, 19 to 20, 20 to 21. By New Year's, it'll be 4 years as a He-Man fan. And I'm like more upset than people in their late 30s, early 40s about Revelations. Because one of the jokes that I want to start with for a revelation video is that I'm actually too young to watch the show. I'm only like in my 30s. This is a show old for people older than me. I can appreciate that. LOL. Related media should take a look at it since I think they liked He-Man. I think they're knowledgeable enough, but I don't know. Because they do bring up like their 80s toys from time to time that they play with the Ghostbusters toys, or they play with the He-Man toys. And I'm guessing Turtles, maybe Turtles, but that was like Turtles is like a few years after. And Transformers movie was pretty gold. I want a Beast Wars movie, but it'll probably never happen. The only movie we're gonna get is like the live action thing for Beast Wars. I guess, but even then, it won't be the same. Oh, speaking of Beast Wars, you remember what other show flopped? Remember Transformers Kingdom? Remember how good that was? Or Earthrise? Or what was the first one called? War for Cybertron? Siege for Cybertron? Whatever. Yeah, that came out this year. Kingdom was. Those voices were awful. Those voices were bad. I love a Beast Wars continuation, but I guess that was Beast Machine, some comics too. Merlin, you're gonna have to read the IDW Beast Wars comics. Honestly, IDW is like the best thing for anything retro at this point. Like, it doesn't matter what it is, whether it's Sonic, Ninja Turtles, Transformers, Ghostbusters. Did they do Ghost? I want to say they do Ghostbusters, but I could be off. I mean, Ninja Turtles especially. I know I said that twice, but they're doing Beast Wars. I haven't looked at a single issue, but I'm pretty sure they're doing good with it. You ever watch Cyber 6, Nick the Neat? Oh, hey Nick. Hello, Dead Meister. I've seen a few episodes of Cyber 6 back in the 90s, but I had never watched the show as an adult. I never seen the show like from start to finish. I only seen like random pieces. And to say something positive about like about the progressive things, just because I've been ranting a lot. Like it did like confuse me that the main character was a girl disguised as a boy, or disguised as a man technically, because that. But like, like I got past it. It didn't bother me. It didn't bother me. Just to say something nice compared to like all the other stuff I was saying earlier. So, but I need to look into Cyber 6. That's like there's a lot of shows I need to look into. Like Calamity Jane, I think that was the name of that series about that western with that redhead. Don't apologize for being passionate about what you love. We need more of that from people. Kenny Larson. Oh, thank you. I don't know, because with He-Man, it's like it's like it makes you feel so ugly. I'm like, Same thing goes with Lupin. With the way Lupin Part 6 has been, like I just don't like how things are starting to suck so much, man. Like many things have been pissing me off. Like this Goliath figure, like his wings are too big. He can't fit anywhere. It's such a design flaw. Like he looks so good. It's so big. It's such such a piece. Like, a good conversation starter, but like the thing is too freaking big. Like it can't fit on my shelf. The other gargoyles are not gonna fit. And yeah, I recently finished Gargoyles. Like me and Falcon talked about it a little bit. There's no video. Just to clarify, there's no video. We didn't record ourselves. We just talked like normal people. We talked about Gargoyles, and we were admitting that like it started off so good, but then it just got boring in the middle with that filler arc, and then it got good again. Then it went boring, and then when it got good again, the show finished, and it was like, I don't know, Gargoyles was a bit of a letdown. It's like, if we just cut out all the bad episodes, then it'd be great. Just cut all those things out. Like, yeah, Gargoyles, yeah. I've been going through Venture Brothers. I forgot I recommended to you, but I'm again, it's good stuff. Yeah. There's so many shows to look into. Like Venture Brothers is definitely the big one, but I think I should watch the original Johnny Quest first, because I know it's not like completely connected to that, but I feel like I need to watch Johnny Quest before I jump into Venture Brothers, just to see like the adult evolution of that. It wouldn't have been bad of a crossover, He-Man mixed with Devilman and Kinnikuman 85. I feel He-Man and I feel Kinnikuman Man really should have hit America like hard in the 80s. Like it would have been everywhere. Because He-Man with to be honest, Kinnikuman has like the same diversity of He-Man and Ninja Turtles, where like any character can be in that show. Thundercats have some of that, but when Thundercats do it, it just looks weird. With some of those characters, like I don't know, some of the designs just don't look cool to me. Like Turtles and He-Man, as bizarre as those are, like to me they look right. Like what was the name of that top? The Driller and Thundercats to me it looks weird. But if you show me someone like Mutagen Man or Muckman and Turtles, to me it's like, oh, that's amazing. Or even Toxic Crusaders, like that's another one where I feel like things could fit. Yeah, I don't want to move right now, but I don't know. The quality might not look good, anyways. I love the Cyber 6 intro. The voice actor for Date and Sachi versus Kakyoin. Oh, in the OVAs, I mean, yeah, I got you. Sachi. I can kind of see that now. It all comes together. The Hero Special Edition videos. Oh. 87%. The voice actor for the old voice Darby in the OVA. Yeah, Kenji Utsumi. I know that. To me, it was interesting because in the 2014 version, it was Banjo Ginga, the voice of Souther, that voiced Darby in the 2014 Crusaders. So I was like, oh, now we got Raul and Souther play one character. Meanwhile, in the English, we got Cam Clark for Ninja Turtles Leonardo, the 80s version, and Liquid Snake. I forgot what else Cam Clark does, but I know he does a lot more things than just that. Oh yeah, he was 2002 He-Man. Yeah, he was that. Yeah, so Cam Clark was in an anime for a little bit, which I appreciate, but I don't know, you can't beat that original Darby voice, you know, like you wanna play, sir. Need to bake some chips, yeah. I can't remember a single quote exactly like how we say it, like, you know, folds, it's yeah, Darby's, yeah, that voice is amazing. You can download JoJo's Venture on Game Jolt for free with and without mods. Oh, okay. Because I haven't even looked at any like modding for anything. Because there's like a lot of Sonic mods that just looks too damn good. And I mean, the fact that they fixed Sonic 06 is like, what is this? I didn't get to play that game that way. Have you read Legend of the Gambling Wolf Saga? Is that from Miyashita? Because I read like a few chapters, but this was back when it first came out, so there wasn't much of anything. The Kikoi no Yaki 1993 was better. Turok apparently had an animated movie. It did? Hold on, let me look at this. Animated movie for Turok. Let me see that. Because I did see some video game movies like Dante's Inferno. I think that was the one. The Dante an animated epic, and then the Dead Space along with the Riddick one, and I even found out that Van Helsing from the 2000s had an animated film. Well, and a short film. It was like 30 minutes or 20 minutes. It was pretty short, but it was like this could have been a Batman show. Let's see, Turok. Animated movie. Let me see this. Oh wow, it is a movie. I swear, like there's a lot of things that have like these obscure animated stuff. I'm like, oh, what is this? What is this? Like, I haven't played. You know, at this rate, I could probably make a top 10 list of like animated video game adaptations that you didn't know about that are really good. It's like, you know, Gungrave is in there, but there's also these things. It's not just a Sonic movie that earns that title. Yeah, let's see. I love anime Kakyoin, but I will agree that OVA Kakyoin is more manly and badass. Well, you know, in the sunglasses thing, like Kakyoin actually, I don't know, because in the new Crusaders, like when Kakyoin first shows up at the window in the nurse's office, like he looked huge because like his shoulders are so freaking big. Like he just shows up with the puppet and then he leans. I'm like, man, those are huge shoulders. But yeah, then when he's fighting Death 13, like his hair turns white and it kind of looks like Ray. So I don't know. Like I might disagree with that one, but I do like the way the emerald splash looks in that OVA fight with Dio. Like the whole car chase sequence, that was great. But I don't know. Like I think I might lean more in the 2000s version because in 2014, like yeah, like the Hierophant Green looks so nice. Same thing goes with Silver Chariot. It just looks so much better. Uh, but I don't know. I love you. I love your continued support of 2003. You know, I'll always be on FMA 2003, no matter what. Like, but it's not made by the mangaka. I know. uh, and the guys, I think a crossover of JoJo with Hokuto no Ken in 1995 would have been great. Like, by that point, it would have been possible. Like, maybe, like, I don't know how anime crossovers work, like what makes it happen, but you know, that would have been like the right time animation wise, where the looks would blend better together. What would you say the closest anime manga equivalent of Star Trek is? I feel Star Wars is more obvious ones. To be honest, Merlin, I don't think I've bumped across anything like Star that could be like a Star Trek anime, like at all. Uh, like especially different versions of Star Trek. Maybe Legend of Galactic Heroes. That's probably maybe the Deep Space Nine. Maybe, but even then, I wouldn't know. Honestly, I don't know, and apologies here, but I need to take a little break. I'll be right back in a couple of minutes. Excuse me, and I know I'm behind some questions, so I'll be back. And I know I can mute myself somehow. Uh, Alright, I'm back now. Like, I kind of forgot you won't hear me unless I unmute my mic. Oh, jeez. Okay, I got my water now. My voice is starting to give out. I'm getting there. So I'm just making sure. Alright. Yeah, like Merlin, I don't know. I don't think I can think of anything that's like Star Trek anime material. I don't really can't. Dead or Alive Lupin is the same as the manga? Huh? Dead or Alive? Well, I don't know. Oh, supposedly because Monkey Punch directed that Lupin movie, and he never wanted to direct a movie ever again. But it wasn't bad. But I do feel that that's definitely more of the gray Lupin, where it's kind of the reason why I like the movie. The designs look like a Monkey Punch art style because Fujiko is like much more feminine. Like she has these like lips and this hair. It's like she looks great in Zenigata is a little more hard boiled. Lupin definitely has a bit of a meaner look to him. But they look great, and then Lupin's whole shtick is that he lies to this one person, just so you can steal and puts a country at war just so you can steal some gold. So I kind of appreciate that we're getting more of a criminal Lupin than that. But every now and then we got to get the nice Lupin, nice guy Lupin. Oh, part 6 isn't good. I've heard it's odd. Apparently, part 6 Lupin has been like so mixed because a good chunk of the episodes have been written by Mamoru Oshii, who wrote the Ghost in the Shell movies and Angel's Egg and a couple of other things. And his writing style is very dialogue heavy, and there's like almost no comedy in the part 6 Lupin. It's not like dark enough, it's not funny enough, it's not goofy enough. It's it's I don't know, maybe it leans a little too serious, but even then it doesn't have that Lupin grit. It doesn't even look cool. I don't know, these part 6 episodes feel like so average, so run of the mill, or even that, or kind of just like kind of dull. Like it doesn't fit with Lupin at all. I'm behind a couple episodes, but one of the biggest Lupin fans I know is from Lupin Central, the person who owns that, like whoever does that website, like he's been like disappointed with part 6 like so much. I'm like this guy knows what he's talking about. I trust him. I trust him. Like he knows more Lupin than me, so I trust that guy. Like I don't know enough about Lupin, the behind the scenes stuff. I only know the stuff that's like internally within the episode, within the content. Like I could like identify stuff from Lupin like that. I probably won't remember the episode title. I probably won't remember the number, but I know how it feels. I know how Lupin feels in these parts. But here I'm just oh boy, part 6. So far, I can't recommend part 6. Nice Venom shirt. I had a Marvel Zombies one a long time. Oh, I would like to have a Marvel Zombies one. Yeah, the Venom shirt's fine. It's I think it's from Walmart, honestly. I don't know. Walmart has some nice shirts, but there's also Hot Topic and various other websites like Redbubble, Teespring, and a couple other places I forgot. If you had an ideal Sinister Six, who do you think would consist it? Well, I don't know. Like, I don't think I can come up with anything that hasn't been done before. But the obvious Mysterio, Doc Ock, Vulture. Who I forgot who else is part of it. Like, does Electro count? Shocker. Yeah, I don't know. I can't come up with anything. I can't even come up with 6. Monkey Robo, I don't know what. I'm disliking your video. Okay. Let's see. Might need to restart. Okay. All right. Oh, I'm almost. No, there's no way I need to catch up. There was a Beast Wars 2. It was an anime from memory. It was awful. Yeah. I've seen pieces like or like openings or clips randomly, but yeah, it's one of the anime exclusive sequels of like Transformers because there's like a lot that I'm not familiar with. IDW is good. Love their Turtles. Do they do Power Rangers too? No, that's Boom Studios that does Power Rangers. Cyber 6 is so pretty. Yeah, I thought it was pretty hot. I didn't like that IDW did with Star Saber and their Transformers comics though. Johnny Quest is a classic. Why don't we get a decoder rings in cereal anymore? I don't think I ever had a decoder ring. Like honestly, from like a cereal. I don't even remember what my last prize in a cereal box was that wasn't like a spoon. I think Monsters Inc. might have had something, but I think that was a spoon also. I think it was with Apple Jacks that Monsters Inc. when Monsters Inc. was first new. There was like something like that. I remember Cartoon Network had some cereal boxes, but I don't know if they were ever released. I think they were just like teased and it just never came through. The Fist of North Star or JoJo? Yeah, who's that Drac? Which one I like more? Fist of North Star by far. It's like what started everything for me when it comes to manly interests, manly things in general. So yeah, I wouldn't be where I am today if it weren't for Fist of the North Star. Unfortunately, I just don't have much products from North Star. But hey, at least the manga's already. It's the manga's already here. Like it's here. Here's volume 1. Here's volume 2 in English. Oh my god, it's in English. And there's volume 3, which I just barely got today. Oh yeah, I don't know if you guys saw my my tweet or my Instagram post, but yeah, like here's the color page. The color page with red Kenshiro with purple hair. And look at Ray's colors. He's purple and yellow. Like, oh my god. And of course, Mamiya's in white and pink. Ray has the yellow and purple. White and pink Mamiya. And apparently Kenshiro has a green shirt in this picture. But yeah, the colors of Vista North Star is like all over the place, man. It's not just like one specific thing. I remember the guy's username from Instagram, but one person was asking me if the manga was censored in any way, and no, because volume 3 has the Mamiya topless scene in here. I can't show that, or maybe I could try covering the naughty bits. Yeah, like it's there. Just trust me, it's there. So yeah. I want to say that her hair is a difference, but I need to check because I want to say her hairstyle got changed in this edition, but I don't know. But yeah, like a Fist of North Star manga is like finally here. I just wish this. I'm gonna have to buy a webcam just to see like if it hopefully it improves the quality rather than using it on rather than streaming on my phone. But yeah, there's a few like I don't think I've ever seen this page before. Like this is new to me. But also Kenshiro's wearing a glove in this one. Yeah, one of those orange color pages. Yeah, like I haven't had a chance to read these actually. Like the only stuff that I read is from like the online scans. But yeah, I'm glad to finally have these in physical form. Also, there's this other page which I don't think I've ever seen before either. Like, no, not that one. No, I passed this chapter. Where is it? I just saw it earlier today. Yeah, like I don't think I've ever seen this page because I see the anime where that's where the episode ends, but I don't think I've ever seen this manga page anywhere. Or like of Jaggy like torturing Kenshiro like that. Where is it? Also, there's the other one where I know I posted this on Twitter before, but I'm trying to see, was it here? Like, where was it? I know I saw it. Yeah, here we go. Like here's like a really good Kenshiro face. I mean, look at that. I feel like this panel should be reused in a lot of stuff, like on posters or something or shirts, because this is a really good like profile pic for Kenshiro. And then like a Jaggy size like keeps changing in this manga. Where is the Jaggy thing? Yeah, because right here, like Jaggy's like a lot bigger than a natural human being. He's like super huge. And then one of my favorite panels of him is like I don't know, like, well, this one's one of my favorite panels of Jaggy right there. That face. And also this one where he just looks massive. I don't know, his muscles are like bulging there, but there's another good Jaggy like face panel, but it's not in this book. I guess it would be in volume 4 where he has like this evil face and Kensho staring at him. But yeah, Fist of North Star manga is finally here. The original Johnny Quest had a surprising amount of death for a cartoon from the 60s. Nick Denny, oh, nice for telling me that. Like, if Johnny Quest to me sounds very groundbreaking. What kind of game mechanics do you think would fit a Baki game? Most game mechanics I've seen didn't fit the lovable, slow, and intense pacing Baki has in a story. I don't know. My first guess is probably Tekken, but I never really played Tekken. But I do know that the few times that I played it, but this was like years ago. I don't know how Tekken plays now. That it felt like similar to MK, where just there's a certain stiffness to it, but I also kind of feel you gotta think a bit more with your moves, because like Art Key Systems Works or Capcom games are like more fast paced. Good Darby, D-A-R-B-Y. Oh man, I hurt my teeth. Have you seen Miraculous Ladybug? Sunil McCormick. It's like crazy as fuck, where both the supervillains' wacky designs and insane powers would fit well in Kinnikuman. Man. I have never heard of that from Miraculous Ladybug. Like, I heard people I know people liked it, but I never heard that description from anybody. So we'll see. Get yourself a drink yet? Yeah. Get yourself a drink, y'all. JoJo ripoff Fist of the North Star. Yeah, I know. I know. There's a couple of things there, but eventually Araki does his own thing. There's a Halo anime too. Yeah, I know about that one. Highlander had an anime. Yeah, there we go. Because that's where the meme came from. The whoa, whoa. Like, I can't do that. That Highlander song. They fixed Sonic 06, Joe at Jalapeno. Yeah, there's a mod where, or a project to be more precise, where Sonic 06 is playable, and like they fixed everything. They improved a lot of stuff, and it's just like a better game. Just look up Sonic 06 project videos from like this year or the last year, and you'll see a bunch of gameplay of Sonic 06. Just like, oh, this is fun. This looks fun. So you're gonna fix the comments? Or, yeah, I already blocked the person, sorry. I think one of your figures moved while you were gone. Oh, left for like 5 minutes and then on the screen blank. I went to get water and also a bathroom break. Your He-Man figure moved. Caught in 4K Ultra HD. Which one? Oh. Did it? Because I would have to like look back at the clip. Because to be honest, I don't know if it's because of like... I don't think it's a ghost, but I think I want to say that something is tilting, and maybe that's why it moves. Unless it's like doing like a deliberate hand motion or something. I'll find out. There's also T-Public. He hasn't caught up to those comments yet. Yeah, he just saw them a bit seconds behind. He's gonna... We'll find out about that He-Man thing, because I don't want you to creep me out. Also, I don't know which He-Man figure you're talking about. Unless one of them actually, like, tilted, or... Because I've seen, like, if it does move, like, somehow, I want to say it's because of, like, it tilted with something, or... Either that or the ground itself is not, like, very straight. Because I'm not going to lie, there have been times where something is, like, tilted to the side, or either that or something falls. One or the other, so I don't know. Like, I had one toy fall from up there and it just bounced. it bounced back high up. It was like, and it just ran back in my hands. So I don't know. If it's a haunted thing, it wouldn't surprise me too much because if ghosts are a thing, then everything should be haunted technically because everybody's died somewhere. And not to mention, like the past and all that. Yeah. Anyway, so he Kenshiro with purple hair. The Jonathan did anything original? It's just a joke, by the way. Yeah. Well, I don't know. I guess Jonathan's original things is Sherlock Holmes costume. Oh my god! But we'll see about that. I'll look in the footage later. How much battery do I have on this phone? Yeah, I got 46. Okay, I could charge it later. Keep it at this angle. You should try setting up a PS2 emulator. A lot of good Japan-only anime games. Have you noticed that Kenshiro always changes his attire after he rips them up? Yeah, he rips them in the manga, then yeah, he basically debunks the biggest meme in NHK where Ken always gets his shirt back. Yeah, like he doesn't tear his shirt in every episode. That's mainly the Shin arc that's to blame for that. And where was I going with this? Where was I going with this? I honestly forgot now. Oh yeah, because like I bring it up in my review of the Kenshiro Super Action statue action figure, and that one can, because I noticed like all Kenshiro's different outfits. Because first I was looking for that one with that bicep pad that he wears instead of the 2 shoulder pads. Eventually, I was gonna say He-Man. Eventually, Kenshiro, like I noticed that he like the shoulder pads change because he starts with 1 shoulder pad, then he gets 2 shoulder pads, but they're like droopy, like they're drooping down, and then they go up, and then later on, like after the Souder arc, because he loses his shirt there, he has like a different shoulder pad, and it looks like he has like a black shirt, or at least a colored shirt. So yeah, that's stuff that I noticed. Baki game exists in the PS2. It doesn't look very good. And there's also a mobile Baki game. The author of Baku has another series, Break Blow something, that got 2 PS2 games that are much better received. Baku Break Blow. Like let me look that up because that kind of rings a bell, but it's also not. It's maybe my head is thinking of the Hajime no Ippo like fighting game. Baku game. I'll just leave it as that. Explosion. I'll just leave it at Baku game explosion for now because that I'm just getting explosion things. I would have to look for an actual name. Sonic 06 is a perfect game. It needs no fixing. It's called Garuden. Oh, okay. So, yeah, we'll see if any of these guys move. Because I'm not gonna lie, I have seen some things tilted, but now I'm actually kind of curious, like, which one of you moved? Garuden. Oh yeah, there we go. Break, blow, fist, or twist. That's kind of an interesting name. Oh yeah, because I remember Yujiro Hanma was like I think a DLC, not a DLC. Sorry, a hidden character, like in that game. I'm like, I remember hidden characters. That used to be a thing. It really isn't a series, just an adaptation of a novel. The main villain in Miraculous Ladybug will use corrupted butterflies to possess anyone showing negative emotion to turn them into a wacky villain of the day. That sounds very Sentai and very Sailor Moon to me. But I can see that. He's like a guest artist, basically. Garuden Break Blow. Thank Baki. Okay, now he's searching Baku. I was literally looking for Baku. Sorry. So is Merlin the Mighty still here, or Kenny Lauderdale, or who else from the beginning of the stream? Because I had 30 people originally. Because then, you take one bathroom break later, then, no one's here. Favorite fighter team in the Heaven Olympics and Otokujuku by Danny Boy. Well, technically, Baku is an explosion, right? So I wasn't totally off. But anyways, about ow, crap, man! I just like hurt my knee and my back. Let me think. Favorite fight in Otoku Chuku's Challenge of Heavens Olympics. Oh man, it might be a Date fight. Going back to that conversation, but I don't know. I kind of want to see the fight of Jay fighting that snake guy. I remember that one. It's been a while because I remember there was a fight with Edejima against that other guy, and he was only like a key energy fists. I really need to reread that arc because it's been a long time, and I've been wanting to talk about that arc just for the sake of, hey, there's another tournament arc that's actually pretty big, and no one talks about it, no one knows about it, but like even now, I don't remember what happens in it. There's also Baki, Yujiro, and Hanayama on the Fist of North Star mobile game as guest characters. Yeah, Sunil McCormick. That was from the Legends Revive, which to me surprised me. I was like, oh, it's a crossover with Fist of North Star and Baki, but that game has like so many crossovers. You got Sonic, you got Virtual Fighter, you got Street Fighter, and there was someone else, Fist of the Blue Sky. I think even KG just showed up now. There was another property in there that didn't wow me, but once you get Baki and Sonic and Street Fighter, like that's it. That's all you need. Have you played Jump Force? Yes, I have. I know it's probably no good, but you want to buy it before it's gone. Like, I have the game. I got that for Christmas last year, but I haven't gotten any of the DLC, and I don't necessarily want to pay for it. Because I know there's Kaiba, there's All Might, there's Hiei, Miriam, Grimjo might be nice. I think Giorno's in there as well, but I just wish it was like back then where I could just unlock the characters by playing the game and not having to pay more money. Because I don't really want that. Oh boy, Eggman goes one-on-one with Raul. Oh, that, yeah, I know what you mean with Eggman. I know what you mean. It's fine if you come into it, well, it's so bad it's a good perspective. If we're talking about anime games, Otoku Chuku is a really cool one on PS3. I really wish that game came over here, but it didn't. Like, that's what upsets me so much. Yeah, Jump Force, I think I like J-Stars better, but even then, J-Stars wasn't perfect either. I mean, J-Stars definitely had a lot more variety of characters, because, yeah, like, I wish we got Raul for DLC, Manga Man, because Jump Force has, like, not that many old characters. A lot of them's from, like, the 90s and up. You know something's wrong when Kenshiro and Ryo Saiba are the only older characters, and, J-Stars, you had freaking I don't remember his name, but it's that cop, the it's not Komatsu. Jeez, I can't remember his name. It's jeez, I can't remember that character's name, and I always knew it. Kankichi or something like that, but he's the cop from the gag manga, and he's done a lot of like tribute art and crossovers with other stuff. I mean, you had him, you had Arale from Dr. Slump, you had the Joe Stars. I'm trying to remember, does Jump Force only have Jotaro and Giorno? Like, right? Yeah, there's only Jotaro and Giorno, right? They don't have Jonathan or Joseph, like not even Josuke's in the game. Jump Ultimate Stars is the best game. What about, yeah, I never got to play Jump Ultimate Stars, but that's like a good roster too. But there's no voice acting in that game, right? That seems like so off-putting, the fact there's no voice acting. Come on. Jump Force had Dio as well. Oh yeah, it was Kankichi Ryotsu, there we go. No, yeah, Kochikame was the name, but I ended up remembering his last name. So yeah, that's who I was talking about. I mean, yeah, there was more variety in J-Stars. You even got like cameo appearances during the story mode with the speech bubbles. You got to see Athena. You got to see some Otokojuku characters. You got to see like Kensho and Raoul just sticked out so much in those cutscenes. Like I mean, oh my god. The problem with J Stars is that the move sets were not designed to play it in some of those stages because it was like pictured fighting them like on a straight ground on solid ground that's straight, but the other stages they're like there's like bumps and obstacles in the way, and some of the moves don't work right in those arenas. And even then, like, I don't see why the Raging Blast has to be shared. Why can't I just do my Raging Blast? And some of those characters don't have good Raging Blasts. I think it was called Raging Blast. I don't even remember that. But, you know, you can't do your big special move. Like, you have a timer to do your special move, and sometimes the opportunity just isn't there. If not, then your opponent gets to use it. Like, to me, that's just dumb. That was super dumb, but you can't really pick three characters. I mean, you can assist, you can use them for your assist, but I would have preferred a jump styled game done like in Marvel vs. Capcom, like Marvel vs. Capcom 3 to be more precise. That way you can have three characters and swap between them. Yeah, I would have preferred that method instead of the 3D stuff. Because there's a lot of annoyances in trying to make the game unique with the characters, because the demon characters took forever to charge up. Like Nube and Toguro, like they couldn't charge like at all. Like by the time you get them, and then there's other characters like Seiya and Toriko and Zebra. Well, Toriko and Zebra, when they were charging up, you get a close up on their face. You can't see your surroundings. It's like, what is that? Like I'm not really a gamer, but this is like basic stuff that you can't screw up. Like Seiya, when he would charge, like after a certain point, you're stuck charging, so you're vulnerable to attack. And then same thing with Gintoki, and all the characters charged up differently, and then all the manly characters for some reason were like super overpowered. Like Kenshiro was like super deadly in that game. I think Kenshiro and Vegeta were like some of the most overpowered characters in J Stars. And Jump Force, like I don't feel like I'm playing a game when it comes to Jump Force. It's so like chaotic. I don't feel the hits. Like with J Stars, I did feel hits at least. Like when Kenshiro does the nunchucks and I hit people with it, I can feel it. When Joseph's hitting the people with the crackers, shooting things. When Jonathan's like giving the sunlight yellow overdrive, I feel that. But when it comes to Jump Force, like every character kind of feels the same to me, and I kind of don't like the way it looks either. It's like so mixed. Like some characters look good, some characters don't. The fact that it's also done with Source filmmaker, like it doesn't look natural, because I know Tekken uses the same thing, but Tekken looks way better than Jump Force. So I don't know. Yeah, so any more questions? Because I could probably keep going for like another 20 minutes or so, and then I'll look around the footage to see if I can find that Phantom He-Man. See him moving, and then let's see if I get scared or not. Jump Force feels amazing during the first day you play it because of the graphics, and you grow to hate it. Yeah, I don't know. Like Jump Force, just like it was cool at first, like when the trailers came out, and when I saw Kensho and Ryo Saiba, like I didn't know that Ryo Saiba was in the game. So when he showed up, that was a big surprise. I'm like, oh, it's like the Ryo Saiba's in the game. Oh my god. Yeah, he wasn't in the other game, but I was still hoping for like Kinnikuman, Tarchan. Like Toriko wasn't in the game. Like he was like kind of recent, like. But it did feel that Jump Force was very American set, because there was like so much Naruto, Bleach, and One Piece in that particular game, and a lot of the Japanese hitters weren't in it, and it annoys me that I don't have like the perfect trio either, because in J Stars I had Kenshiro, Jonathan, and Momotaro. But in Jump Force, I had Kenshiro and Jotaro, and where's my Otokujuku representative? I don't have one. Yeah, so I was using Ryo Saiba, I guess. So, but then there's no Cobra either. I mean, come on, no Cobra. I mean, give me Cobra and Ryo Saiba in the same team. It'd be nice if you get Lupin in there, but he's not from Shonen Jump, so that ain't happening. 9 freaking Dragon Ball characters. It was there. Let's see. There was Goku. There was Vegeta. There was Cell. There was Frieza. There was Majin Buu. There was Piccolo. So that's 6 that I remember. So let me take a look. Who are the other ones? Because I know One Piece got carried away also. I think maybe Bleach had a lot also. I don't remember. Let me see. Jump Force, Dragon Ball. I don't remember who's in the game anymore. Let's see. Was that Trunks? Oh yeah, Trunks was in the game. I'm seeing Broly, but I think that might be fake. I don't know. Okay, so there's 6, because I know Majin Buu would be 7 then. I don't remember who the other ones were. But at this point, I don't care. Not to mention, does Dai count from? Yeah. I don't know, unless they made like a re-release of Jump Force that has all the DLC in it for like a cheaper price, then maybe I'll get it. But I don't know. I have like no interest in playing that game. Like even the dialogue, like the dialogue exchange was better in J-Stars than in Jump Force. Oh yeah, let me go back to my live stream questions. Piccolo, Trunks, and Cell, and Saint Seiya Gaming by Dimps is awesome. Oh yeah, I asked this last stream, but if you could do a game consisting of only 80s Jump properties with 3 representatives each, who would you choose? Danny Boy. Lupin is now on Shonen Champion. I mean, in Jump Ultimate Stars, freaking Gotenks got to be a playable character, same as Baki. I hope to know Ken, Kendra, and Toki. Did you talk about Kinnikuman, Man, or did I miss something? No, Lowell Lucas Jr., I have not talked about Kinnikuman Man at all in this stream. I did rant about He-Man for a little bit. I did talk about Lupin Part 6 a little bit, but like an overall like specific topic, not really. It's just been all over the place. Kenny Lauderdale was here earlier. He was telling me about some Godzilla commercials. We were talking about Violence Jack. Yeah, they were talking about Violence Jack and Berserk for a little bit. Talking about that Violence Jack is not that different from Berserk in terms of graphic nature. But of actual Kinnikuman, Man, no. So I guess I could bring something up to correlate with the previous question about if I could get representatives of 80 Jump characters. Well, if I could only pick 3 from Kinnikuman, Man, I guess it'd be Kinnikuman, Man, Robin Mask, and Warsman. No, it might be Kinnikuman, Man, Robin Man, and Robin Mask. Maybe those 3. Because I kind of wanted to say Kinnikuman, Man, Terry Man, and Robin. Like those 3, but I don't know. I think the 2 R's need to be in there with Kinnikuman. Man. I feel the only good things to come out of Naruto are the games. Speaking of He-Man, the new one, garbage story but great animation. Am I right? I already said my piece. Essentially, I didn't even praise the animation. I didn't even praise that because I watched a little bit of Seis Manos. But one thing I noticed about Powerhouse is that their anime art style isn't quite there yet. They're still like lacking a few frames. And things can look a little stiff at times or something looks weird. So it looks good, but they could still improve about it. Oh, I need to charge my phone now. I'm gonna have to move the camera. Because I'm down to like 16%. Ah, jeez, I think I might have to lower, like, I'm gonna have to lower this a little bit. Right. Okay, let me see if I can, well, yeah, I got the lower. Actually, let me scroll all the way down, all the way down. Have you watched or have you read? Have you read or watched Crying Freeman? I saw the OVAs a long time ago, but I don't remember anything that happened, so I would have to watch it from over from the start. Could be better. Love you. Yep. Love your Neck of Goliath. I just got one too. Oh, that Neck of Goliath, man. It's just so. I don't know. I just don't like how big it is. It's like, I really don't. Like those wings should not be that big, man. Like I watched all the episodes of Gargoyles, and his wings should be way smaller than that. They should be like curved inward. They should be up to here, maybe up to there, not like this big thing there, or somewhere, or maybe even up to here. Actually, I think that might be the more agreeable size, but they have to like redesign the sculpt a bit. But what they gave us is too big, man. What about adding one character either being Akuma Chojin, Perfect Chojin, or one of the five princes? Oh yeah, well, let's say there's 6 characters per game. You got your 3 heroes and your 3 villains. I would throw in Akuma Shogun. Oh, who else would I throw in? I guess you could throw in Buffalo Man, because that way it can kind of count as 2, like both a hero and a villain. You can throw in Akuma Shogun, Buffalo Man, and maybe Ashura Man, since he technically was one of the main villains with Ultimate Muscle. So I'll throw in Ashura Man and make him like do combo attacks with Sunshine as like an assist or something. So that's what I would do. But if we were gonna go even more picky, like hero to villain, then we would get Kinnikuman Man and Robin Mask against Warsman, Buffalo Man, and Neptune Man, or I don't know. I really don't know because the problem with a lot of those shonen games is that there's so many characters you could throw in one game that it's like almost too much. It's like it's almost unfair. Crying Freeman Rock, sadly, ADV was the last one to release it on DVD. Don't know who has the rights. Discotheque Media released it on DVD like a couple of years ago, like in the mid 2010s. I want to say like around 2012, around there, but it went out of print by now. I don't think you can get it anymore. What do you think of the random live action cuts of the karate demonstration in Karate Baki Ichidai? Some of them do correlate, but when they pop out, I don't expect them to pop out. It is a bit random, so yeah. It's almost as random as the Fist in the North Star eye catch, where it just randomly something happens and then what? It just General jumping in the air. But yeah, the karate segments are a little like I appreciate them to add some of that realism, but yeah. Let's see. Here's a verses for you. All right. A thing that put Karate Baka Ichidai a bit lower to me is that it's basically Kyoshin karate propaganda, because the MC isn't really Ken Asuka in the manga. It was I know it was Masoyama, the founder of Kyokushin. Yeah, I could see the bit of the propaganda stuff, but because there's also a manga, but depending how the manga originally was, because I do know the anime supposedly differs. That I don't think they changed his name, but I'm looking at the manga covers and the main character's face, Ken Asuka's face, keeps changing. Like even his hairstyle goes like bald, like this. Iki Kajiwara was one of Masoyama's best friends. So what? Now I'm thinking like this is like my Masoyama best friend fanfic. That's what it is. That's what the whole series always was supposed to be. Oh my gosh. I don't know, because right now like it's turning into Tiger Mask, and I'm kind of worried that the quality's gonna dip, because it's been so good for like 25 episodes of just Ken Asuka going through some stuff, and then once the racist Americans kick in, the story just like the tension just raised. I'm like, oh man, this is serious stuff now. But going back to your question, Lowell Lucas Jr., Black Hole versus a JoJo villain. So Black Hole versus Vanilla Ice, like who sucks who? Who wins and who dies in that? Does Vanilla Ice win automatically because the fact that he has a stand and Black Hole doesn't? Uh, I have a dumb fan idea for a manga crossover, for a mega crossover fighting game where Kiniko Man has like 10 slots, not counting bosses. Other characters that aren't playable can either be assists or more background cameos. Mega. I don't know. Like, would that be too much? Like I don't know, because when it comes to like Dragon Ball, like dominates a lot, but then you got like Saint Seiya, Fist of the North Star, Naruto, I'm forgetting who, but you can pick a lot of characters just from the like Toriko, maybe Otokojuku. There's so many characters you can pick, and it's like you're kind of wondering like, where do you draw the line, like how much is too much? Well, then again, like Jump Force having 9 characters from one series, that's that's too much. Part 6 villain, no spoilers. You mean like JoJo villains? Because oh yeah, you're responding to that. So yeah, all right, no spoilers for Stone Ocean then. All right. Can you comment? It's a Japan-only PS2 game that's basically Tekken meets wrestling. It's pretty good. Oh yeah, it's the Ultimate Muscle Grand Prix. I think that's the name of it, or Muscle Grand Prix, something like that. Because I know the U.S. got a port, but it was called like Galactic Wrestling featuring Ultimate Muscle. So I don't know which port it used or which game it was borrowing stuff from, or if it's an amalgamation of different Japanese games to a U.S. version. I don't know. But it looked pretty cool because the character selection was great. The announcer was pretty good as well, and then the different costumes, the different colors, and all the combo techniques. The fact that you can counter some of the moves and how it copies the anime and all that. That's like great. Have any of your shows fallen? And if so, how catastrophic was it when it happened? No, not a single show has fallen. It's like all built together. My dad made this whole thing, so yeah. No, nothing has fallen down. Like, well, if you mean like toys, there's been some that have fallen, like, and they do some. There's a domino effect that tends to happen, but hopefully it won't. I hope not, especially with some of these things are like. Some of them are brittle, like these Diamond Select things, and you can't get them anymore. Not unless you have like hundreds of dollars. Because when I bought these things, like they were like $20 a piece, but now they never been re-released outside of like 2019, 2018. So now they're going like in the hundreds, and you can barely find them online. I'd say Black Hole, he'll literally suck his whole body through his face and would be so confused. By the way, any word on Guyver? Nope. No, there's been like nothing on Guyver, and the remake is now 15 years old. Yeah, I'm not like my talks of Guyver are gonna be exactly like the previous live stream where I'm like, should we start from the beginning again? Should we just make up our own ending? Because I'm getting tired of Guyver just being on hiatus and then like there's no ending, there is no conclusion. You're gonna see the same thing all over again from the very beginning. I would love to go through my roster, but I have like 4 other shows, each with 10 slots. Oh man, yes, he has a series of shows that aren't much anime or action related. Yeah, I don't know, because my dream game would be like a manly crossover. That way you could just get whatever and not worry about the numbers. Like you get Gold 13 in there and not worry about him having any other supporting characters with him. Just Gold 13 by himself, Lupin by himself. Well, no, not Lupin by himself. You get the Lupin cast, the main 5. The USA Kiniko Man game is a different game that's more of a wrestling simulator. Also got a Japan-only PSP port that adds 7 more characters. Also, yeah, the latter half of Karate Baki Jidai is of questionable quality. Oh no. I was hoping it wouldn't go through that because I saw the episode preview for number 26. And they're with Tom Wakamatsu, and he's like gonna do something to like make Ken Asuka lose, but the thing is, like, if Ken Asuka loses, then he's out of the money. So I don't know why he's trying to make him lose. And even then, it's like, why are these guys still with Tom Wakamatsu? Because he's just an asshole and a criminal. And he's like, he wouldn't mind letting them die. Oh, just, oh God. We come back to the manly fighting game, the dream. Yeah. Because, I don't know, to me it'd be pretty cool to have like a introductory scene, like a Marvel vs. Capcom 3 style, where you see like Kenshiro, Jotaro, and Momotaro on one side. Then you get Yujiro, Toguro, and who else I can put in there? Let's say Kaido from One Piece. Let's just say that, alright? Like, you see that on one side, and you see these guys on the other side, like, oh shit. The PS2 has a surprisingly high amount of good anime fighters. Which 80s franchise would work in a manly manga besides Terminator, RoboCop, and Rikyo? Maybe Predator and Baki. Well, Predator was kind of in Crying Freeman. There's one girl that's like in this armor, and it looks like a Predator. It looks like a Yautja. Guts, T800. Yeah, I guess Guts. Yeah, whatever. T800 versus Jaggy. I don't know. I think the T800 might kill him. Well, then again, Jaggy could like cut through. Couldn't the Fist of North Star characters cut through metal? Because I remember Stowler would say like, my skin is like steel. Tom Wakamatsu, the mental gymnast. Oh gosh. Yeah, I don't know. And Hokuto no Ken is one of those great fighters. Oh yeah, that's right. There was that Arc System Works for the PS2. That's like the best Fist of North Star game, like, or probably, or at least fighting wise. And then 2 players. I have randomly fantasized about RoboCop being in the Fist of the North Star world, because I just think that would kind of work, because all the bandits can look like splatterpunks from Part 3, or, you know, they would fit that. Because I kind of picture RoboCop like showing up in the car, like the beginning of RoboCop 2, where he's on, the car's on fire, but RoboCop's wearing a hood, and you think, oh, it's Kenshiro in a car, and then pieces of the clothing come off, and it's RoboCop. What's he doing here in the Fist of the North Star world? And then he's just shooting the bandits, punching them, and it's like, yeah, think it over, creep. Cell versus Aptom, Battle of the Absorption. Who do you think adapts sells better? I think Aptom was the winner for that, because didn't he get like split in half at one point, or like almost killed, and then he just like became more powerful. I don't remember too much about Aptom, but I do know that he was a villain first, then he just became an ally, and then I remember he was pretty manly, but that's all I recall. Why does Souter have so many names? I don't know. There is jeez, did he? Because with Souter is like a bit of a translation thing. Like Fist of North Star characters in general have like multiple. From what I've heard, I don't think Fist of North Star characters have like real words for their names. So I think that's probably the reason why you can translate them so many different formats. I mean, with Souter, there's Thowther, the THTO, the TH Thowther, the Thouser, Souser, Salsar. It's so dumb. Rambo and Kenshiro would be great friends. Oh, that'd be nice. Yeah, I could see that working, because Rambo is like... Because I want to say that Tetsuo Hara thought of Kenshiro's face from Stallone and Rambo specifically, the First Blood. Because in the beginning of First Blood, like Rambo just looks miserable. And that expressions that he has in First Blood, it looks like a Kenshiro face to me. And I do know already about the Stallone and Kenshiro connection. There's plenty of evidence for that. It's supposed to be Souter with an S, but in other things I've been seeing like Thouser more than anything, and that's annoying me, because even Shu, it's spelled SHU in the discotheque stuff, but in other things it's spelled SHEW. Lin is sometimes Rin, Yuda is Judah, Yuria is Julia. There was another one that I forget, like in Dark King, they don't call Ryuga, they call him Ruga. Like they don't pronounce the Y, so I don't know why. Will you consider Queen Emeraldas in your manly list? Yeah, like she was on the list. Like she's been on the list like forever. Queen Emeraldas was there. I'm still patiently waiting when you get back to work on those bits. Yeah, me too. Because I need to do something for New Year's, but I don't think I'm gonna finish in time. Fuga, that's new. But I heard Ruga in the Legends of Dark Kingdom. They call him Ruga instead of Ryuga. Um, yeah, I've been wanting to do something for New Year's, like maybe a manly music video at least. Opinion on Fist of North Star Toei dub. Oh, that. It's funny, and some of it's like so. It's so bad, it's funny, but at the same time, it makes me sad. It's like this is not a good attempt. Well, supposedly it's meant to teach, like supposedly to teach English, but even then, it's not doing a good job at it. Yeah. Oh, my muscles. Because Nine Anime has like the like all the dub episodes, well, the dub movies, whatever they're called, because they even went as far as Kyle stuff, all those compilations, and I don't know if I could figure out how to stream on Twitch and do that. Maybe I could. I guess I should watch one, either that or through Patreon or something, because I've been tempted to watch those things. I've seen clips, like random pieces skimming through it, but I'm like, I should save this and react to it. And then, like, this is probably the only good thing I'm gonna react to, because I tried reacting to Lupin Part 6, like the first few episodes, and I'm like, I'm not reacting because it won't make sense right now because I'm talking to people, but if I'm watching a show by myself, like, I don't really react like at all. I'm just like very stoic faced. Sometimes I'll blur out something that really surprises me, and I'm like, oh, or laugh at something, but for the most part, I'm just watching it, and then just. But yeah, like I feel like I need to do like something manly for the end of the year, even if it's just like an AMV, something, because there's like so much stuff. Oh, Himokim's here. Manly crossover playing Japanese poker. Oh, well, okay, we have Kaiji just for the fun of it. We got Gold 13. We got Jotaro. We got Darby, and who is the North Star? Like, let's say Souter. They're all playing poker. Yeah, like. Yeah, Gold 13's got the best poker face. Like, it's gonna be between Gold 13 and Jotaro at the end. Like, yeah, he's got the most stoic face. Compilation movies, yeah, the compilation movies. Have you seen the French dub from Fist of the North Star, Fritz Lahanger? Yes, I've seen like clips of the French dub. I've seen multiple videos. I think they get taken down because I recall seeing one with subtitles better than the other, But yeah, like the French dub has like some of the best quotes, like Yuria, the guardrail wasn't finished. Like, times like eggs are hard. He's strange, toi. Like, I don't know my French. That he's so strange. like it's so cold. Get me a blanket. Yeah, there's a lot of food puns. Like, are you the man with the 7 scars? Are you the man with the 7 knives? Am I behind? I'm a little bit behind. Right. How do you feel about a team dynamic idea of a manly character and a cutesy magical girl? Sunil McCormick. I think it would work for modern day because, like, the closest thing to that was My Love Story, the Ore Monogatari, about that big manly student with the cute girl, with Yamato, with Goda Takeo, like, Yamato, I love you, I love her. Like, that'd be the closest thing to that, really. But I wouldn't be against it. There'd be a big contrast. There'd be like a buddy cop anime comedy. Get the manly stuff, get the modern aesthetics, and then it'd be kind of hilarious if if they become a couple, because like you got this manly guy from the 80s with like this 2000s like younger generation girl. Like, what happened here? I find it hilarious that how it changes English. It is grammatically incorrect 40% of the time. Yeah, that's that Fist of North Star Toei dub. Are you a mecha fan, or do you think Ryoma is manly from Go Get a Robo Armageddon? Oh yeah, I think Ryoma Nagata is manly as hell. Same thing goes for like was it Jin Hayato? I think that's for the second one. But even again, like the one who dies in the original manga, like I forgot his name because I'm confusing it with Benkei, but the Benkei is the other guy. Yeah, but yeah, I would say Get a Robo is manly, especially for Ken Ishikawa standards. It's just that I'm not really a mecha fan. I don't think so. I think I'm just more of a Go Nagai Ken Ishikawa mecha fan. I have seen good in Lagan, but I haven't seen like any Gundam. I haven't even seen Gundam Wing or G Gundam, and those are like the more obvious ones. Let's see. Did you enjoy Jaggy Gaiden by Silver Matovale? Yeah, I enjoyed it, but I need to finish it because I read it a long time ago, but I don't remember what happens in it. So I need to read it again, and I do remember the art style being pretty wild and it looked cool. Have you read or watched Rini Kakeru? Oh no, I read a little bit of Rini Kakeru, but it was like only 2 chapters. I haven't gotten back to it, but I did rewatch like a majority of Saint Seiya recently before Netflix took it off. There are many of those weird Toei dubs on GoGo Anime. It's insane. Ooh. What manly series do you think Tank Girl would best fit in? Easily fits the North Star, but what else? I don't know too much about Tank Girl, but I know who you're talking about. I think the other ones that would fit would be Desert Punk. That one would fit in, like, probably the best. Then Fist of the North Star. What do you like most, and what do you like the least about Rikyo? I like how manly Rikyo gets. Like, the series is very visceral, very detailed, very over the top. And I do like all the random movie stuff that kicks in Rikyo. Like, it's a manly thing. Like, I like it. It's very Fist of North Star influence, but it manages to be its own thing in the most crazy of ways. But the least thing about Rikyo, I guess lack of a really good main villain, because just like technically the main villain is his dad, but he doesn't really fight him. And then his brother Nachi like doesn't do too much either. So like the first villain from that first arc, he was pretty good for for that prison section. Like I think it was the warden. But like as like a main villain, like from the whole series, like I wanted a little more from the dad. And that in maybe 60 chapters, like it was 65 or so. I think that might have been a little too long for Rikyo. Maybe it could have shortened it a little bit. Love the bard in the French dub when Shin blames the builders of his castle for Yuria jumping. Yeah, I guess he didn't. The architect didn't build a guardrail yet. French Friends of the North Star should be released here with official subs. Well, I wouldn't mind getting that. That'd be like an alternate take. The French dub of Fist in the North Star. Let me take another sip. Musashi Tomoe, I don't know who that is. Fist of the North Star or JoJo? North Star, I think I said that earlier. Ah, jeez. Musashi, okay, yeah, that's the name of the character of Get a Robo. That's what you're saying. I got you. Search up Ryoma Nagare's wife. Okay, let me look for that. I don't know who she looks like. Ryoma Nagare wife. Oh yeah, I'm seeing one picture as Takuma Nagare. Okay, hold up. Did I get it right, or did I get the wrong name? No, I must have. Takuma's mother. Okay, I'm not getting the what she's supposed to look like. Yeah, I'm not getting who's supposed to be here. I don't think so. He's the third pilot. Okay, search Ryoma was actually that Ryoma that later on. If you can make a team of manly anime heroes, who would you pick? Christian Lopez. I said I was gonna end this in 30 minutes. Now it looks like I'm gonna end this like in another 20. Let me see. I was going with this. Oh yeah, the manly characters. Well, let's see. There's Kenshiro. There's Jotaro. There's Go 13. There's Captain Harlock, Lupin, Guts, Momotaro. That's 7. Kinnikuman is 8. Thoriko and Tarchan, that's like 10 from the top of my head. There's Ryo Saiba, number 11. I don't know, should I put in Yujiro, or would he be like a loose cannon? He's not really a hero, so I guess I'll put Baki then. Baki for 12. Or I would put Retsukayo instead, but, you know, like, I don't know, it doesn't make sense to not have Baki in there. I guess Omatokita, just because of Kengan Asura. I don't know. Not really a favorite. Does it have to be Japan only? Because if I'm putting like male, like other characters, then oh no, it says only anime heroes. Never mind. I guess Jonathan and Joseph, 15, and if I add in more and more characters, like the list is never gonna end. It's never gonna end. If I put in like secondary characters and villain characters, it's not gonna end. It won't. Like, get Ray in there, Caesar, Sipeli, like Toromaru, Jay, Togashi, Dateo Mito, Akashi Goji. It just keeps going. Anyway, Oishi works on the new Lupin. Funny, he's been wanting to work on a Lupin movie for years. Yeah, I've heard of that, and I think there's some ideas of a Lupin movie that got used in an episode, I think, but I don't know, his stuff with Lupin is not working. It's like, this relationship isn't working out, man. It's you, not me. Look up Shinji Hidematsu's Black Angels. Let's see if I've got the name right. Oh, yeah, I think I've seen this character. Isn't this from the same author as Doberman? Like Doberman Deca? I think so. Yeah, you guys are giving me like a lot of recommendations tonight. What if MD Geist gets a manly anime reboot and not Hooked on Can? Oh, it would sting, especially if the reboot turns out to be really, really good. It's just been like, whoa, why hasn't it happened yet? Why don't we get Fist of North Star reboot? It's like everything's getting a reboot but North Star. Like, oh, I could have mentioned Akira Kongo in the manly list as well. Yeah, like everyone's getting a reboot. We're gonna give Kongo Bancho an anime. We're gonna give Otoko Juku a reboot. We're gonna release the Phantom Blood movie. Well, what about Fist of North Star reboot? It ain't happening. We're gonna give an Asuna Joe reboot. We're gonna give more Baki. We're gonna give a Phantom Blood reboot. It's gonna be 20 episodes instead of 9, and Pisanosa still doesn't get anything. God, man, I hope this thing's working. J Gundam's manly. Wait till you see Master Asia. Not only is the whole series a Go Nagai super robot love litter, but dude rips off mech heads with just his cloth. I've seen him. I've seen Master Asia in action. I've seen clips online. Do you think Hokuto no Ken 2 or Rikyo is crazier? Yeah, it's Rikyo. Like, Rikyo's crazier because he got like the Nazi of the Jewish things, and then the time travel stuff, and and all the crazy like science experiments and all that. Yeah. How should I get into Rikyo? Should I watch the movie or read the manga? Fritz Lehenger. By movie, I'm assuming you're talking about the live action movie, which is actually a pretty good one in terms of live action standards, and it's pretty close to the manga. It kept the gore, but it's a bit comical in the movie, I guess. There's also 2 OVAs, but I would recommend the first OVA because it's like more manlier. The art looks better, and it's like more better paced. Because the second OVA, like it feels like very rushed. I think I recommend the movie first, then the OVA, then the manga. To, finish the manga from that point onward. Yeah, that's my recommendation. Live action movie, then the OVA because, or should the OVA be first? Because I don't think he fights the warden in the OVA. I think that's only in the movie. Maybe OVA first, then the live action movie, and then the manga. Because I think the live action movie has to fight with the. I don't think that fights in the OVA. I don't think so. I want to say that was missing. I think he just gets shot in the head. And I know the movie has that fight in there, so it would be a little anticlimactic to see the OVA and it doesn't have that fight. So yeah, so OVA, then the live action movie, and then the manga. Could Shinji Ikari be manly if Kenshiro erased it? Here's the thing, I haven't seen Evangelion, but even I know what you're talking about. Because Evangelion to me has been spoiled so much with a bunch of online clips and like AMV Hell especially, where Evangelion keeps coming out. I don't know, maybe will Kenshiro make a man out of Shinji Ikari? I think it needs to be in the hands of like Ryoma Nagare or Kabuto Koji in order to make that work. Let's see. JoJo ripoff is the North Star. Yeah, and I know, and I need to talk about that. I don't think Ken would want to touch Shinji. Lucas Shinji in general would be Shinji in general would be more accommodative. Genido was his father, or Gendo. I don't know how his name goes, but I know what you're talking about. You're talking about Mr. that guy. Thoughts on the 2003 TMNT by Monkey Robo. 2003 TMNT is was pretty good. It's the closest thing to a Mirage adaptation. Pretty much, really. It's just not as violent, but it would rerun a lot on TV, like those first few episodes from season 1 and 2, because I didn't get to catch like the last 50 episodes or so when it aired. Like I couldn't catch it on TV, and then I watched it on YouTube. Well, some on websites, whatever, on YouTube and other websites. Because I found out later it got streamed, but it's like streamed on. I forgot where it's streaming, but it's not Nickelodeon. I don't think so. But yeah, it was definitely like the coolest looking show at the time. That's actually the show I caught from the 2000 reboots. I didn't watch He-Man that much. I didn't watch what else? I didn't watch G.I. Joe Sigma 6 when it came on. There was another Thundercats didn't come back till like 2011, so no, I definitely did not see that. Oh, where was I going with this? Oh yeah, 2003 TMNT. But yeah, like that's the show that's the TMNT technically that I grew up with, because in the 90s I only saw like very handful of 80s cartoon episodes, like very handful. Some were from video rentals, some were from like catching like seasons 8 or 9 or 10 on TV in the morning before I went to school. I think that's how it went. That's how I remembered. Because I do definitely know there was Red Sky seasons for 80s Turtles. Most of the time in the 90s, I was watching the Ninja Turtle movies like over and over and over again. It was like movie 1, 2, and 3. And only as an adult in the 2010s that I find out that people really hate movie 3. But I could defend that movie because Secret of the Ooze is not that good of a film. It's a funner film. It's funnier and it's more entertaining, but the story of Secret of the Ooze gets destroyed in the middle. And 2003 kind of works a bit more as a film, even though there's some boring parts to it, and then the villains, like, they could have easily fixed Ninja Turtles 3 to be about the Shredder or about the Foot Clan or the Hamato Clan, whatever, since it took place in Japan, but it was dumb. But yeah, 2003 Turtles, it's the one I watched the most of as a kid, like in the 2000s. I remember hearing about it before it actually came out, because the Yu-Gi-Oh VHS tapes that I bought actually had promotions of TMNT 2003 when it was still in development. So I would see like these artwork, and it just looked cooler, and that's what it was. Because also around the same time, I saw Batman 2003, so that was like, seeing all those 2000s iterations. But Turtles was the one that I watched the most, and I felt more entertained. I do feel some of the later stuff has some problems, like Back to the Sewer and Fast Forward. They're obviously not the biggest like hits, but the story still continues from there. But yeah, like the best Turtle stuff is like the first two seasons, like with the tournament, stuff with Splinter, then with the Utrons, the Triceratons, all that stuff is good. But then again, all that's based in the Mirage comics. Like when Bishop gets around and the agents, like it's still good, but then you can see the decline from there. It's like the half of the show is really good, and then like the last little later half is not so much. It's become something else. 2012 TMNT was great, but I also feel they relied too much on 80s influences and references a little too much. My mom actually watched the 2012 TMNT with me, and we got like she was really invested in it, and she got pretty emotional when the stuff with Splinter. And I was like, ooh. Yeah, like there's a few times where she gets emotional with some character deaths, like with JoJo, like it was with when Abdul gets shot, and then with stuff with well, it's not a death, but with Part 6 Jotaro in the beginning when the disc gets taken out, and like she got like like she was paying attention to that. Let's see, Ultraman versus Godzilla. I wonder why we never got that. Yeah, right. It's kind of like a given. All right, man, I'll leave you be. Great stream. Have a great night, bro. I'll send you my fig collection on Instagram sometime. Oh, that'd be nice. Good night, then. Manly anime characters, old anime buff versus new anime characters. I kind of like. I think my opinions are super obvious about that, but yeah, like I prefer the older stuff. But it's kind of weird because sometimes some of the older stuff looks good because the way it was back then, but then other times when you bring that old thing to modern times, like the detail just pops a bit more. But it's like give and take. It's like the 1986 movie for North Star looks so detailed, but same thing. You can say the same thing for the 2006 Legends of the True Savior films. Like they're also more detailed. It's like, but then again, the art styles are different. One's based on the early manga. The other is based on the 2000s art style from Fist of the Blue Sky. Silver Matovale, I also made sure the story I'm writing is very manly as well because I like the gritty vibe it gives. I'm heavily inspired by Baki and Fist of the North Star. You see, the problem with the story that I'm writing is that it was inspired by Fist of the North Star, but the way it's going with the main character, it feels more like Berserk and Violence Jack. It doesn't feel like Fist of the North Star, and it's really bugging me. And the funny thing is like I'm writing ideas for separate characters from different stories, and like there's a girl character from a different part of the story, and she feels more like Fist of the North Star than the one that was inspired by Fist of the North Star. It's just like, what happened here? Like you're inspired by Kenshiro, but he feels more like Guts. Oh, that is so weird. But that's what happens in writing. It just goes in different directions than you plan to. Because maybe I should do that for end of the year. Because I got a bit of a pilot chapter written, and at this point, I should probably just read it, like read the pilot chapter. And the other struggle is that I'm trying to make it manly, but at the same time, it's like it's not quite there. It feels more like Ricky O manly, where it's more visceral, very like gritty, and not necessarily like the heroic Fist of North Star stuff. Although it's weird. It's not working as I intended to be. I guess that's a case of making my own identity, but I kind of wish it resembled more North Star. But once I get back to drawing, which now I have time to do that, so I should get on that because I'm super mad at myself that I haven't been able to like come up with good designs, and my head is bumping with so much ideas. because the last good design I made that was like I'm finalizing this, and it was back in November of last year. Like I drew some new sketches like around April and May, but I haven't really completed them, and they're not like as grand as that initial sketch from last year. It is by the same author as Doberman Deka, but he also has another manga called Murder License Kiba. Are they all kind of the same? Well, since it's from the same author, I could just look up his My Anime list, I guess, so I don't have to search for that. The art in my profile pic is a drawing I made a while ago using Kazumi Kensho as a reference. It's not coming out very well. Like I think you did it in pencil, but I cannot see it at all. Actually, let me come back here. Maybe I can see it better. No, I can't really see it too well. I can see the face, but I would have to see like the actual illustration, because on a profile logo it's like too small. But it's nice to be inspired by Kazumi, because I tried drawing Kazumi's like hair. I just couldn't do it, because maybe that's why you don't see Kensho with that wavy hair that much, because it is difficult. I think that's when everyone goes for the spiky look instead. And the OVA murders the warden rather than fighting him. Ah, okay, yeah. So, yeah, it's better to watch the OVA first, then the live-action movie, then the manga. Three, the Raoul versus Yujiro, who wins in a battle? I'm gonna give it to Raoul, but Yujiro is like such a killer. Like, I feel like he might kill Raoul in the fight also. It'd be a simultaneous death. I guess you didn't watch Ava on Adult Swim back in the day for women. No, I didn't catch Evangelion when it aired, like at all. The only things I don't know if it came before FMA, but that's the anime that I would randomly catch on Adult Swim, and it always scared me. Every time I click to FMA, something scary was going on. I'm like, oh, this is disturbing. I don't want to watch it. Let me go back to Yu Yu Hakusho and Dragon Ball. Well, technically, Yu Yu Hakusho is pretty creepy too, but FMA was like a whole other level. It was like, I don't know. I think also the fact that it was on late night. I know Hakusho went on Adult Swim for a bit, but the fact that it was a late night anime, like I guess that's kind of what scared me. Like, oh, should I be watching this? And then every time I went, it's like, ah. Like, a nice Venom shirt. You plan on getting custom manly shirts, Hemo Kim Gaming? Yeah, this shirt I think is from Walmart. I don't know, Walmart has some like nice stuff, despite being like a cheap place, I guess. But I need to get into anime stuff. But the thing is, like my funds aren't as big as I want them to be. So like I don't know, because there are some shirts I would like, but I also noticed that I need some regular shirts. And I need some dressy shirts, because here's like my what if, because I have like, because if I go on a date, let's use that as the example, I don't have anything like really nice, so I think I should prioritize that and leave the nerdy shirts for a little later. Mightiest Disciple Kenichi is pretty fun anime, which is practically a guy and some other manly looking man who, inspired by Kensho, trains a wimpy guy in martial arts. Yeah, I should look into that, because I think one of the turn-off points was that it's very ecchi from what I've seen. Ah, man, my freaking kind of hurt right now. Yeah, so that's kind of what turned me off for a while, but I don't know. That's sort of the vibe what I got from looking at the main character, and then the instructors are definitely like more detailed than him. So I'm like, yeah, that might be the joke here. So maybe there's a reason for all this. So I don't know. I need to see it at one point. Barren of Waste, probably a weird question, but I remember I first discovered your channel because you did that live stream with Samurai Black and some of his friends. Do you know whatever happened to that guy? No, I don't know what happened to him, because like I haven't heard his name in years, but like his channel is gone, right? Because I remember trying looking for him and I couldn't find him, because he was super into the manly stuff as well, and it was like I guess he was a fan of mine, because he did his own videos too, so I would watch his vids. So it was like finding a kindred spirit, and like another person that was super into this stuff, and I don't know what happened to him. Like I don't know, because Worst case scenario, because there's actually another YouTuber, not related to anime, but he talked about toys. He was called the Wizard's Chest. He was from Texas. He's from the same state as me, but I haven't seen. He hasn't done anything, and then his socials don't link to anywhere. And my worst case fear scenario is that for the treasure's chest, I'm scared to find out that maybe he got maybe he got fired like in Texas during remember when how can I don't know if there's like a fancy way of saying this. Back when there was firearm problems, he was an adult, by the way. He's not out of school, but back in the year when the firearm problems started happening, and I'm kind of worried that maybe he was a victim. And as for Samurai Black, I don't know if it's a similar thing or just decided just to leave YouTube. It was just random. I don't know, but if anyone here knows about Wizard's Chest, so I'm actually kind of curious, like if something happened to him, because it could be nothing. It could be that they decided to do some other stuff, but I don't know. That fear links in my head, thinking like, is he actually? Yeah. No, it's not a weird question, bearing a waste, but I honestly don't know what happened to him, or like I don't know if anyone here is friends with him. Or if he was friends with any of the supernovas, like that collab group, I don't know, or part of the Cloud Village, because I mean, jeez, what was the name of that guy? Uber Hikari. Like I don't know what happened to him either. Like I could tell you what happened to Yo Kurama, because he said he had to start working, stuff with a job. That's like his reason why he's not on anymore. Or he will pop in randomly because of work related stuff. I don't know if many of you know this, but like Devil Artemis used to be part of like my collab group. Well, I'm not the owner of the collab group, but Devil Artemis was part of the Green Clan, and then we went to the Phantom group. And Devil Artemis used to be there, but then he left because I think he had a kid on the way. I think that's the reason why he left. And then Devil Artemis came back to YouTube randomly doing Dragon Ball stuff, and now he's like super popular. So yeah, there's that. Me too. I hated the 2012 pandered too much to the 87 audience instead of doing its own thing. Yeah. That's TMNT 2012. That it's not just the 80s turtles. It's the fact that it was so 80s and like with references like when they're in space, they get like their own versions of the Gremlins. Bebop became more of a Michael Jackson parody. There was a bunch, like when they're in the forest, like when they had to run away from the shredder, and when the forest, there's like a bunch of horror movie stuff. There was like Jason Voorhees. There was The Thing. Man, by memory I can't remember, but if I sat down and watched the show again, I would be picking up like so many references to other things, and that kind of always like took me out a little bit. Related to Team NT, but Nick All-Stars Brawl would use the 80s designs for Leo, Mikey, and April, and Shredder leak as free DLC, even though Nick had 2000 Team NT and Rise Team. Well, technically, Nick owns everything Turtles, I think. I'm not sure about the next mutation or the live-action stuff, but when it comes to like animated, they have all of it. Although, strangely, Lionsgate's the one that released the DVDs for the 87 Turtles. Is Fist of the Blue Sky any good? I've seen the Fist of North Star show and movie. Punky. From Blue Sky, I recommend the manga because during the time the 2000s, Blue Sky has a 2006 anime, but when it came out, all the good animators were working on the Fist of North Star movies that came out during those years. The Legends of the True Savior. It's like 3 movies and 2 OVAs. And at the same time, Fist of the Blue Sky anime came out for 26 episodes, and it looks ugly. It's nowhere near as detailed as it could be. And even then, I just don't like the story of that first arc. It's very comedy heavy with all these like random mafia thugs, and it's nothing. there isn't much tension going on in there. It doesn't feel good. It's that the manga is better because all the cool stuff happens afterwards, and even then, it's like it does get manly, and the artwork is so detailed. The 2000s art style is so different, and from the 80s Hara, and even then, once like the South Stars, the other North Star practitioners show up, it gets like really good. And then like the final fight of the series with Kazumi Kensho versus Lu Zhongwu, which is the Rao equivalent, like it's a really really good fight, and it's like yeah. But the thing is, like in terms of drama, like there's a little bit of like the manly deaths and manly tears, but it's nowhere near on par as the original manga and like that. But there's still benefits to reading Blue Sky. So yeah, I would say read the Blue Sky manga because I guess you can watch the Regenesis anime because that one doesn't follow the manga, but it also there's parts of it that are kind of slow. It's completely an original story, even though the beginning has some parts of the manga in it. So, but I don't know. Whenever there's a comedy scene, I always just forward it because it just bore the heck out of me. But Blue Sky does have like one manly villain like that appears in the last few episodes of Regenesis. He's an original character, and like those episodes were pretty good because there's stuff that does affect Kazumi Kensho. So yeah, I would recommend the manga, and I guess like the Regenesis. Only that well, Regenesis kind of looks good, but it also kind of doesn't. Is that the models are super detailed, but the frame rate is super slow. It's like yeah, I don't know. Like definitely read the manga for sure. And if you want to watch Regenesis, you might want to skip like to like just to the fight scenes, I guess. In the 2000s, Hokuto animations are fine in terms of visual quality, besides being slightly off model to the manga. Yeah, because they're based more like on the Blue Sky redesigns. Because Hara has some artwork of volume covers that are updated from the 80s, and you can see the difference. And you can tell that's the look going for the Legends of the True Savior. My throat is hurting. Roland Katsuragi, I've been working on a loose Hokuto-inspired project. Maybe we could brainstorm together. Well, I don't know, because I don't want you I don't want you thinking I steal anything from you or vice versa, or me stealing from you. But I don't know. But if you want to like, oh man, oh that's right. There's one person that wanted me to read their comic, and I haven't finished it. I have a tab open for that on my phone. Yeah, I need to get back to that. Yeah, I don't know. It's also upsetting that I get messages from time to time, and I can't keep up with everything. Fist of the Blue Sky manga is good, but we don't talk about the anime, though. Danny Boy. Jeez. Christian Lopez, no, I'm not going on a date. That's more like a what-if scenario for me, sorry. I didn't want to give anyone's hopes up and, you know, get to see like manly hero or something. That'd be nice, though, but that hasn't happened. There's a reanimated project for the castle of Cagliostro. Oh, there is? I didn't know about that. To Girl from Yu Hakusho is manly? Yeah. You know, it's like, it's pretty, like, it's not just big, but, well, visually alone, like, he is manly as hell, but, like, the character is, like, you know, he's got his own ethics, even though he's, like, a demon, you know, sold his humanity to become a demon, and, you know, he's, like, he doesn't want to drink beer, but I will take some orange juice. Oh, okay, that was funny. It looked like that. It looked like the shelf was like a hat on my head. Like for like a brief angle, it looked like that, but no, I think that angle's gone. I was 6 when I first exposed segments. Oh my god, man, my throat is hurting. Roland Katsuragi, I was 6 when I first exposed to segments of Fooly Cooly on Adult Swim. I was confused, needless to say. Yeah, I was too young to get Fooly Cooly because I didn't really get what it was about. It's only now later that I can see that, oh yeah, there's a little bit of puberty and a couple other stuff in there. I was 6. Oh no, I already read that. The ecchi in Kenichi is barely even there. The OVAs exaggerated the ecchi quite a bit too. Bearing a waste. Yeah, I remember you got him to read Kiniku Man. I read him saying that he was trying to become a teacher, so I assumed he was busy or had to delete his channel so people wouldn't see his stuff. Oh, I never knew about that. Because I do remember he was asking me about Hell Teacher Nube, and he was asking, like, how is it? And I show him an AMV that I made. It's not on YouTube anymore. I told him that it's pretty creepy, but it's not really action-oriented, even though there's a little bit of fights in there. Like, very little. Bro, I was just thinking about Samurai Black when you brought up Kenichi. I hope he's doing well. He came in. Yeah, I don't know what happened to him, but yeah, I remember like we used to talk a little bit on Skype. Like I think we had like 2 or 3 conversations, and that was all I recall. But I'm both JoJo fan, if it's the North Star fan, Yahuza Drac. Nickelodeon Smash clone is like using the older designs because they're more recognizable. Yeah, Nickelodeon outright owns most of the Turtles related media except Next Mutation, which is Saban. Only 20 minutes. Yeah, only 20 minutes. I don't know how long is this going. Oh, did I reach the bottom? Oh, I reached the bottom. That's nice. Yeah, so I'm gonna have to end this in 5 minutes, guys, because I've been here too long. My throat hurts. Himoka is an anime original character. He's in the Sultan Okan Oh, okay. He's in the Regenesis manga. Has that been translated? Well, because I never bothered looking into the Regenesis manga, but it looks like it's going to be 2 different things. Let's see. The only womanly hero that deserves some praise is Lady Oscar, and it needs a new anime. Guarantee it would be popular in the States if done right. Yeah, because Lady Oscar got like the Blu-rays just recently. And it got rescued by Discotech Media because Nozomi tried selling that show and no one's like really, like only the diehard fans are getting that. Because there was that movie that never came out. They canceled the Oscar movie. There's 13 chapters of the Regenesis manga. Oh, okay. Saw Fooly Cooly when I was 8. It quickly became one of my favorite anime, even if I didn't get the sexual jokes yet. Yeah, because there's even a Lupin joke in there, and I did not get that when I was that age. No one can top Dazaki's direction, though. Yeah, well, technically, Dazaki directed like half of the show. Like, the first 20 episodes was done by somebody else. Benkei's VA was Jotaro and Heritage for the Future. Ah. Anime versus cartoon. It depends. Because... The funny thing is, despite being an anime-focused channel, anime fan, most of the stuff I have here are American-based. So, like, well, let's put it this way. When I grew up watching stuff, it was both American and Japanese, because some of the earliest anime that I saw on TV was the obvious Dragon Ball, the obvious Pokemon, the obvious Sailor Moon, or the mandatory Essentials. But I also saw Ranma 1/2, saw a little bit of Saint Seiya. I even saw like that Dragon Ball ripoff, the Power Kid thing, like on Spanish TV once. Like it just popped on, so that's how I know about it. But what other things I saw? Yeah, but I seen actually since I have a lot of people here, I don't well, a lot by 12, but I don't know if this thing I saw was an anime or a cartoon. This was in the 90s. This must have been when I saw it, so it could be either from the 90s or 80s or earlier. I recall seeing something animated about a boy like spending time with a skeleton. Maybe in my head, maybe it was Gegege no Kitaro or something, but I think the skeleton was orange, and I recall that at one point the skeleton kind of dies, and the kid is like trying to wake him up. I remember he's holding the torso of the skeleton, like from the shoulder to the ribs, and his head is like, I don't remember, his head is moving. I want to say he was orange. I don't remember, and that's like a very vague memory of something, and then I don't know where's it from, or if I'm even remembering it right. So it's like this lost media thing for me. I don't know what that thing is, or if it even really exists. So I don't know if anybody knows that. I only got the Lupin joke because Adult Swim was airing Lupin at the time. I don't care about ownership of this Hokuto project since its idea is openly derivative. Oh, if anything, I would want to outsource the concept to someone else who would follow through with it. Ah, I see. No, because right now I'm not even doing a good job following through with my own stuff. So like, yeah, I wouldn't want you to like to dedicate to like throw it my way, because I wouldn't be able to do anything with it. I'm like, I really gotta throw my stuff out there first before I start like, helping anybody else. Dezaki is good animating, by his writing skills is a mixed bag. Well, yeah, I don't know what he's written. Like, the only thing I've seen him do is just like direct anime and draw. Well, actually, I don't know if he actually draws. Yeah, so I know he did like, I think like Air or something like that, or like something girly in the 2000s, but I don't know if he wrote that. Also, that Origin Sorcerer is hard to get. I just happened to get mine last week from Target. That's where I got mine. I got it from a Target because she's barely coming out. Like, because Big Bad Toy Store is not even in stock with her. Oh, I don't think you can see anything. Jeez. Jeez, I'm kind of cramped in here now. I'm trying to move this thing. Yeah, okay, I'm hitting the battle cat. Never mind. Yeah, because I found the whole wave there. It was Jitsu, the mini comic Straddles, and the Buzz Off, but I just left Buzz Off there because I didn't really care for that character. Unfortunately, the Straddles is not like mini comic accurate. It's just a repaint. So, because he's like, there's already a review online by Pixel Dan where he brought up that he doesn't have the feet, the fur, the claw feet. He doesn't have the necklace, doesn't have the belt. So yeah, like, it's not an accurate like Stratos from the mini comics, but I don't know. I just really like that classic Stratos, the mini comic look, but like I can never get that now. Yeah, the Jitsu was actually my favorite one because I just liked how the orange and yellow combo, and then how shiny that vac metal hand is. It's he's in there, but I can't move him right now. Would you call Terry Borgard a manly anime character? I think so. Like, oh, a manly American character. Yeah, I probably would. It's just that I don't know too much about him. Could it be Golden Bat? Well, what about Golden Bat? Oh, maybe. I guess it could have been a Golden Bat because my head was thinking maybe it was from Gege no Kitaro, because if I remember correctly, it looked like it might have been an OVA. It might have been like a 90s cartoon. Because what my head is thinking, that maybe it was a 90s anime adaptation of a Western thing. That's probably like maybe of a novel or something. I don't know. I really don't know if I'm remembering this right at all. Because I'm actually starting to question, like, maybe I don't remember this. Maybe I just randomly thought of this idea. But then where did this idea come from? I don't know. I guess I just want proof to know that does this thing exist, or did I just imagine it all? Toonami or Toonmani? I think Zaki only wrote some of the Blackjack OVAs. Yeah, there's a commentary track for that Zaki is in it, and it's one of the Blackjack OVAs. I think he did say that he wrote that. I could be wrong, but I did know that they exist on the Central Park Media DVDs over there that I have over there. You can't see it, but it's right there. It's like a little cubicle of Blackjack stuff, just the OVAs and the movie. Desaki's Air movie is good, although I don't think you watch anime like it. Yeah, that's not what I look for, but I have seen some girly stuff like Utena and Lady Oscar, Roles of Versailles, the obvious one. I've seen a little bit of Princess Knight. I haven't finished that, and I started that years ago. And but the girliest thing I've ever seen was Princess Tutu, which was actually pretty engaging. It's because of Jesse Otaku, I think, that talked about that, or it was someone else. I forgot who talked about it, but it was someone that used to be big in the YouTube reviewing stuff. Roland Katsuragi, the repaint of Stratos is actually a tell of how poor the Origins line is doing currently. There's already several repaints instead of new figures this early in the series. Well, we got a lot, don't we? Isn't there already like 20 plus characters like in Origins, which Yeah, because I know we're getting that trap jaw repaint. That's mini comic green, which I still like that. If I could get it, then I would get it. I still haven't gotten Beastman from the Lords of Power version, even though it's not like accurate to the Lords of Power version. But I'm still missing a lot of the. One thing I noticed about Origins, or that I gravitated a lot more towards the villains, and I just wanted to grab the villains more than anything. Like I have a box Scareglow, which I still haven't opened because I was kind of hoping to get a double just in case one breaks because I've been hearing that. Like I don't have Web Store, but I don't have Man at Arms. I don't have Tila. I don't have Evil Lyn. Um, I don't have Ram Man. I don't have Manny Faces. Like a lot of the heroes I don't have. The only heroes I have right now are Oracle, Sorceress, some He-Mans, and Stratos now. Let's see. There's also the Clannad movie. Maybe that's what I was thinking about. I feel like both anime and cartoons are very different because in America and Japan, well, there's different culture differences, but then there's also some when things connect and there's parallels with each other, it's always amazing. I know what you mean. I remember having a random anime thought. I remember watching on Toonami back in the day until I finally did some deep research and it was a dot hack anime. Himo Kim manga and games. Yeah, I wouldn't know what it is. All I know for sure that it has to be at least the 90s or older, maybe early 2000s, but I kind of doubt it. I want to say it looked like a fantasy anime from what I recall, but I don't remember backgrounds. I don't remember how a character looks. I just remember a skeleton. It's a sign they're not profitable enough to produce wholly new characters. I guess so. But I don't know, like, is Revelations doing well? Because I'm kind of, because they already teased a lot of designs. They already teased King Grayskull, the Viking He-Man, the Viking Skeletor, Trapjaw, and Triclops. And I don't know, I guess those are big name MotU characters, so they're going to do well regardless, I guess. But I was kind of wondering, like, what could be next for Origins? Because looking at the vintage line, like in terms of characters, like what's really left, right? It's just the evil horde, and then if they move into Princes of Power, because we pretty much have like the main cast already. Right now, it's just about the variants of He-Man and like the super obscure stuff, like the vehicles, like the Spider and the jeez, what's the other one I'm thinking about? Like those weird vehicles, because there's like a scuba diving gear for like Skeletor, and there's like this one mountain climber thing. There was like also this, I don't remember none of the names, but there's like a laser thing as well. And then, are we gonna get like the meteor dinosaur things? Like, what I would like for them to do is do the dinosaur stuff that never came out in the 80s. The powers of Grayskull. Like, I want those dinosaurs. Like, see how Mattel does against. Oh wait, the dinosaurs already are from Mattel, right? Like they have the Jurassic Park license. Yeah, that's, I forgot that they are doing dinosaurs. It's very bad. I mean, anime are just Japanese cartoons. I like how you say Stratos with an accent. I do. I wasn't even realize that Stratos, or I don't know, because Stratos. Maybe there, but I think I did that on purpose. I was gonna bring up something about Stratos. Oh yeah. Like in the 2002 He-Man, he spoke with Scottish accent to emulate. Why am I forgetting his name? That first James, Sean Connery. Sean Connery, Stratos, like, He-Man, Skeletor is attacking. Like, I can do it. Yeah, I can do it pretty well. Like, Skeletor is attacking my people. We must hurry. Scotland, Scottish. Like, oh, Scottish. Ever seen Aqua Teen Hunger Force? I love that show for Windman. I seen a random episodes like online when I was younger. Well, not online, on TV when I was younger. Now, I was never really into the Adult Swim stuff like Super Jail, 12-ounce Mouse. I did see a bit of home movies. I think Venture Bros is also the one I would randomly get clips on by watching on TV. But Venture Bros is like the most interesting. Who is your favorite side character in Tarchan, Danny Boy? I remember liking Ana Bebe at first, but then he just became more of a gag character, and that really disappointed me. Uh, yeah, I don't know. I don't think I have a favorite besides Tarchan, and the main cast is okay, but I remember liking Ana Bebe a lot, and it just didn't go anywhere. Just my thoughts. Not a bad 2000X Stratos impression. I guess. Like like to me, it just seemed kind of random. It's like, why are they doing a Sean Connery voice? But I guess it helps him stand out. But yeah, I do recall there was like a lot of Beast Wars in there because I forgot his name, but Optimus Primal was Gary Chalk is voicing Man at Arms, which sounded great. But then Scott McNeil was doing his Waspinator voice on Merman. I don't think I can do it right now. Like it hurts. But he also did like the Cobra Khan, and he did to like his Dinobot voice for him. All right, I'm gonna get 2 more minutes, I guess, because I said 5 minutes a while ago, but now like I've been going at this for 3 hours and 26 minutes. Well, 3 hours. Yeah, let's make it 2-3 minutes or so. Let's see, because I'm gonna have to like clean my room a little bit, then try to see if I can read some of the manga I got. Oh, my lips are hurting too. God damn. Yeah, they're definitely dry. Because I'm gonna have to like mow the lawn tomorrow. Anyone else? Anyone else? For my... Wait and see. Wait and see. Oh, I got a stain on my Lupin book. I think I was already there before I got... I don't know why the mangas aren't coming like in plastic anymore. They're just coming like this Lupin thing just came like this in the box. Toriko volumes were like that. The Fist of North Star books are also like that, and they're just thrown in a box, and there's no plastic wrapping. I mean, Berserk gets wrapping because of the content, but I think other mangas should too. In fact, most Target stores are getting clogged with Masterverse product. Yeah, I have noticed that because Revelation stuff isn't moving too much, and I remember when it first came out, it's like I really wanted Skelegod, which it's right there in the corner, but ever since the show finished, like Skelegod doesn't interest me anymore. It's possible that Mattel overproduced the He-Mans and Skeletors because they want to make sure everyone has a He-Man and Skeletor, but it's like the opposite of how supposedly He-Man failed in the 80s, where they were... people couldn't start their collections because they didn't make like the right He-Man and Skeletor. It was always a bunch of other minor characters. And now the opposite's happening right now, where they're throwing in so much He-Man and Skeletor that we want other characters. Because we just get Mossman and Evil Lyn, and Mossman like hardly appears in Revelations, like hardly in there. Evil Lyn, like it's her time skip design, but I would have preferred getting... well, I do have Evil Lyn, but I would have preferred getting her like vintage look, because like in the first episode, like her skin's actually yellow, but by episode 2 it turns white, and she has like the the traditional outfit. The thing is, like, there's like so many Battle Cats as well. Like everything's going on sale. Like yeah, I guess I could see it going bad, but I could definitely see it more in Target stores where it's going bad, because there's so much He-Mans and Skeletors where I go. Like when I found the Wave, like that's the only new figures there were there. The Faker was going on sale too, like for $16. I was able to get him for When I bought Faker, it was like 19 before he went to like the $30 deluxe price. So the Fakers were going half sale, Battle Cats everywhere. Like even with Origins, there was so much Battle Cats and Panthers everywhere that I really wish that I didn't buy them right away. I should have just waited till like end of the year when they got on sale for like 10, $9. Same thing for He-Man Skeletor. I actually bought them twice because I have the issue ones over there with their heads, and then these are the vintage heads ones. Would you say the original Batman the Animated Series is manly, Joey Jalapeno? I'd say so, because some superhero things are like manly because it's sort of like part of their nature. But in terms of like masculine things, I would say yeah, that and Gotham Knight, where especially like the last Gotham Knight sketch, the very last segment, where I think that one was done by Madhouse, and everyone has like this very detailed shaded look and looks amazing. I really wish it kept that art style for like a Batman show or a Batman movie or something. Like even the second segment, when Batman in Gotham Knight, when Batman's like he's on fire and he jumps on top of a car and he just looks amazing there also, but it's like very short. But yeah, the sixth one with Madhouse, when Batman's fighting Deathshot, that's when it looks amazing. But yeah, I would consider Batman the Animated Series like a manly thing, but it's more of like of a classy, sophisticated type of manly. It's not like the testosterone, like Baki testosterone kind of thing. It's more like Goal 13 kind of manly for Batman, where you have like a bunch of like this dirty city, you got like all these people in suits, you got like these crooks, some classy gentlemen, some ugly looking guys, a lot of thugs, a lot of criminal stuff. You know, you can get those fancy cars, like those fancy restaurants. It's feel like more like Gold 13 type of manly, plus a superhero aesthetic. Yeah, I know Monkey Robo. TMS like did a lot of some of the Batman stuff, and some of the best episodes you can tell they're the ones that did it. No, it wasn't that Mattel overproduced He-Man and Skeletors. Retailers actually prefer them because they sell well. The issue is that collectors got what they wanted and kids don't want. Yeah. And with lines like Masterverse, 80% of sales must be generated by kids to be profitable. Let me get back to you on that because I'm almost ending this. What do you think of Todo Goki or the rest of the characters that joined Tokujuku under the Tencho Gorin? I forgot who Todo Goki is. I forgot who Todo Goki is. Is that the Oh yeah, okay. It was the black hair Souther. That's what I always call him. I don't remember too much about his personality, but I thought he was a cool design, even though it did feel like a color swap of Jay to some extent, like mix of Jay and Souther with black hair, and he had some unique eyebrows because I mean not eyebrows, sideburns I guess, because he had that loop. It's like a number 9 loop on his face. I think it's a manly design, but I don't remember too much about him, to be honest, aside from that final fight and then being the son of that main villain that sold him out in World War II. And then I do know he becomes part of a Dokujuku, and to me, none of those other characters from the other tournament like really stand out to me. I know there was that archer, there was that snake guy. I don't remember their names. I know there was a guy from the Fang Clan that's totally from North Star. There was also that new first year on the motorcycle, and none of them really appealed to me compared to that original 16 plus cast from Otokujuku. Not really, because I mean, there's characters that I like I like Ratsetsu and Manji Maru's designs like a lot, but they don't do much. Even Senku's pretty cool. AK was like, or Iki or AK, I don't know which way it goes, but it's just like all right to me. Like even though he's like second and like second strongest or so. I also do think like Gecko could have done a little more, like in terms of personality, because he had that golf clubs, which was cool. But I remember Raiden like got a lot of stuff to do. Baron Dino, like I wish there was more of him. But the two students that got killed pretty quickly, like I don't remember their names, but it's the guy with the bat and Doku Getsu, something like that. The guy with the eye patch that was telling Togashi what is a man. Like those two get taken out pretty quickly, and they're like, I kind of wish there was a little more done with them. But the new students that they got, like to me, they didn't really interest me. Like that whole arc where they had to save the Golden Tusk arc, it just felt like you can tell that that Miyashita probably got the axe and he couldn't continue the series, so he had to end it. And then the way Edajima saves himself is amazingly hilarious and manly, but to me that works. But yeah, I don't remember much of anything about the new characters. TMS should have sticked with Lupin. Oh, that would have been great. I really think Brave Star and He-Man crossover would have been a very interesting thing. It should have been possible, MD guys, because like I remember the stuff with Brave Star was like a little more assertive than what He-Man can do. Kind of like a bit more manlier, a bit more like tougher on the subject matter, because there was like the racism talk, slavery talk, and then just the fact that he was a cop was also different. TMS is animating Nagatoro. I don't know what that is. I'm a fan of TMS anyways. Nagatoro. Let me see this because I also gotta end this in a bit. Let me Nagatoro. Oh well, yeah, I wasn't aware of that. Yeah, I know what series this is now, but I don't know. TMS like does stuff from like everywhere because they do Baki, they do Conan, the Detective Conan, they do Lupin, they did Fist of the North Star with Toei when it comes to 2006 stuff. They did Megalobox. I think they did Asuna Joe too. I want to say that. I think Lady Rosa Versailles as well, but I could be wrong about that one. I'm very disappointed with TMS with Nagatoro. I just like spouting trivia. Okay. All right, let me go back to the He-Man thing, and then I'm gonna end this because it's already gonna go 3 hours and 36 minutes. That's the thing, because I don't know if kids are really liking He-Man or is this gonna just stick with the 80s, because it really depends, because I don't know how the CGI series is doing, because it's constantly trending along with Revelations on Netflix, but like I really don't know how many kids are gonna buy these things and play with the toys, because the toy age for kids kind of like I don't know, it's been brought up a couple of times, like probably from other people, that will it still work. Mattel's likely going to cancel Origins and maybe Masters by the end of 2022 if reception retailers continues to be so poor. Although Godzilla didn't get X, really, the 7 Telstar was well received by readers at the time, but after the ending with Edajima, it didn't do quite well with fans, so it just plummeted in the rankings. Oh, wow. I don't know. I think I don't know what age the audience was for Tokujuku at the time, but I do feel that in retrospect they'll kind of realize that this arc wasn't too great to begin with. But honestly, after that big tournament arc, you can't beat that. You really can't. And Tokujuku just felt done to me by that point. But the He-Man stuff, I'm not, because I'm actually kind of wondering if Mattel, like, if this doesn't work with retailers, then would they just sell back on their Mattel Creation shop and pretty much do it like back then with Matty Collector with Masters of the Universe Classics, Nendroid. I recently seen I recently seen Nendroid's Skeletor figure. I think you should pick it up. Yeah, but I'm not into the Nendroids. I've seen the He-Man and Skeletor ones, but Nendroids are not for me. That's not what I want to spend my money on. Origins, because I'm not like disagreeing with you like Katsuragi, but I'm just kind of more like surprised about it, like thinking like would Mattel really pull out after doing all this? So, I mean, like, there's been so much more He-Man exposure in stores, but at the same time, it does seem like there's like too much exposure because you just see so much. Well, I'm assuming they're selling well if they're keep grabbing He-Man, Skeletors, and the cats. But I would kind of like to see other characters like something like the WWE Eternia. Like I never seen them in stores. Like only seen a few of them, and then I remember GI Joe Classified took forever to get to stores, and they kind of disappear. Now it's just like Lady J, Flint, and Cobra Commander everywhere. Mattel might go through the trouble of moving MotU to the Mattel Creations platform, given they will have to start paying Universal for the toy rights. Ah, right. I forgot when Universal owned, because there was something. I don't remember what product it was that kind of gave the revelation, that the reveal that Universal was involved. Was it just for Revelations, or was it for like another product? Or was it because of the DVDs? 'Cause I forgot where I saw that confirmed like Universal had a hand in He-Man. I don't know, or at this rate you might have to message me like on Instagram or something, or Twitter just to clarify me on some things, because I'm kind of lost. Because I know I read it somewhere, I know I heard it somewhere, but I don't remember where or when. I'm gonna give this. Universal owns everything besides the movie. Mattel has the toy rights until 2020. Oh, right. I recall seeing. I know where I heard this, because where I heard all of this was not in English, but it was in a Spanish like MotU fan base. It was in a Spanish MotU live stream where people were just a couple of MotU fans were discussing about these things and about the license. And they did bring up Universal and how like they need to get stuff out, and that's why Mattel is pushing all these things. Because I think even Scott Guru was saying that made a declaration that they're gonna lose the license, and they had to get everything out. And most people said nay to him, but now I'm kind of wondering maybe there's some truth to it. Yeah, you might have to like message me later because I need to end this already. Mattel sold the rights to MotU in the 90s, and Universal got the rights about 15 years ago. Ah. Yeah, okay. Well, I'm going to end this now then. Just share with me later, and like share me some whatever you know about it. Have you heard of the show called MotU Platlu? MotU Platlu? Okay, no. I'll look this one thing up, and then I'll go to bed. It's already going to be 2 in the morning on my end. Oh wait, maybe I read that wrong. MotU Platlu. I'm getting memes instead. No, I never heard of that. I think I've seen a picture of it somewhere, but it's more like, at this point, it's more of a meme thing, I guess. At least from the American side, because it looks like it's different from another country. Yeah, alright, I'm gonna end this now. Like, good night, everybody. Thank you for joining me. It's been almost 4 hours, and on my side of the world, it's gonna be 2 in the morning in about 6 minutes. For you guys, it's probably 3 in the morning. So, yeah. Yeah. Mattel has the rights till 2023, but we'll have to start paying Universal. Alright, good night, Alex, and good night, Monkey Robo. I barely noticed your Lupin pick, and that's from, like, the woman called Fujiko Mine. Great stream, Joe Jalapeno. Have a good sleep. Good night to you too. All right, I'm gonna end this now. It doesn't fight the. Oh wait, why am I getting that? At night, and thanks for the responses. McCormick, just about midnight for me. All right. Good night, everybody.